Greetings. We are back with more Limbus Company. Hello. We're currently on Canto 5, and I won't lie, it's starting to kind of unsettle me a little bit. I have thalassophobia, as every human being should have. The deep sea is full of aliens. Urge. I don't appreciate that, good sir. But it's fine, because they're just emojis. If those were hyper-realistic deep-sea creatures, I'd be very cross with you. Either way, hello. I forgot that we had the login thing. Alonso even reminded me. I've just been so... Like, the last week, it's been almost all Arknights. Alright, it's fine. I'm here. I'm here, Don. Don't worry about it. How long does this run for? 9:17. I got time. I got more than enough time.
시간이야말로 초롱이 빛나기에 제일 탁월한 시간 아니겠나?
Yes. Alright. I think my window's a little offset. There we go. Okay, I haven't done my daily luxtivation or anything, but we need regular enkephaline anyway for the story notes, so why don't we just begin? Good evening, Alonso. By the way, Alonso, did you see we're getting the gloom and we're getting the new biome on peak for another week. So, looking at the login event, we've only missed 3 days, so no big deal. Good. Alright, the waves. That's kind of scary. So, what exactly happened last time? I'm on the burn team. Whoops. What if we tried out the other Dawn?
나 훌륭한 미끼 될 수 있어.
Where do I actually change this? Oh god.
나 훌륭한 미끼 될 수 있어.
Here and here. What level are you though? Level 1. I don't really get these silver tickets anymore, so use like a good chunk of these. I want to have at least one bronze ticket. Don't ask me why. I just, if I can in my inventory keep at least one of every item, I would like to do that. I'll use these ones now. I got 300 of them, it's fine. Let's get her up to 30. Let's do a couple of the 4s as well. There. Probably good enough, right? I have no idea how she works because I haven't tried her out yet, but we can check her out. Because I've noticed that Lantern Dawn has been kind of lagging behind a little. She's always losing her clashes as of late. Should uptie her too? Sure. Oh, wait. Do I have the resources for that? I can do it once. Whoops. So, no skill 3 tonight. Sorry, I wasn't really planning on that. Well, let's see what she can do. If she's also still struggling, then I'll just swap back to the other Dawn. Okay, everything look good? Yeah, I don't know if have I normally been using FANS Ryoshu? Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
채워지지
I know I'm
않을
using her in my
공허를
burn team,
남겨주지.
but I couldn't remember if I was using her on the main team or not. Alright. So, last time we beat up... oh god, what was the pirate's name? Captain Hook? Character? Oh, fuck. Smee! Thank you. And then we found out that she had connections to like a middle... something. I see that one, Urge. You don't even need to tell me. I'm gonna have to go get more water after this stuff. From what I remember after that, Ishmael... What happened to her? She was acting on her own, and then Virgilius was gonna get involved. Did she finally concede? Water, water, water. Water everywhere. And you do have a drop to drink. And yet you do have a drop to drink. Look. That's... You want me to drink that water? It's pink, bro. Or like... I don't know. It's the color of like pomegranate juice or something. I don't even want to think about the diseases I'd get. So, something's been bothering me. Wasn't it weird how they all seemed so certain? That if we kept going this way, we'd run into some other huge disaster?
특기할 점은 아닙니다, 관리자님. 저들은 자신이 우위에 있다고 굳게 믿었기 때문입니다.
Oh, we got attacked by pirates, right? And Ishmael took the control, did some like initial D stuff, but on the boat. And then we killed everybody, and apparently they never used that boat backdrop again for some reason.
그것보다 특이했던 것은 저들의 선체 아래에 날카로운 것들이 무수하게 박혀 있었다는 것입니다.
I don't like that. What are you keeping away by putting spikes on the bottom? I actually did notice. I think they're to keep birds from laying nests up there, but I had to stop by like a garage, mechanic place. I don't really know what to call it actually. Just to put some air in my tires. And I just noticed in the corner of my eye on their like seemingly regular ass fences, they had like bright red, like straight out of hell spikes on top of the fencing. And I was thinking about it, what the heck? But no, that makes sense. It's like to get pigeons off of there and stuff. It's just, I wish I'd taken a picture actually. I would have looked like a weirdo doing that though. Anyway. So I understand spikes on fences, but on the bottom of a ship?
백끼리의 충돌을 대비한 것 아닌가? 해상 근접전에서는 그런 일이 왕왕 있다고 들었다.
What do you have to say about this, Ishmael? And I'm sure if we read her schizo writings, her schizo notebook about whales, we would understand.
충각을 노렸다기에는 위치가 배 바닥에 중점적으로 몰려 있었고 부식의 정도를 보았을 때 설치한 지 그리 오래되진 않아 보인다.
Can be extrapolated from the metal's level of corrosion that the spikes concentrated on the keel of the boat have been installed recently. I'm gonna look up what the keel is. Boat keel. It is the bottom. Okay, makes sense. Also, dude, I'm loving the music here. It's so atmospheric, in like a really good way.
배 밑바닥을 보았다고?
가까우니 맑아서 보였다.
밑에서 무언가가 올라오려는 걸 막고
Honglu,
싶었던 걸까요?
Honglu, I don't want to think about that.
아니 배 바닥을 향해 돌진하는 물고기는 상상이 잘 안 되는 걸. 유리창이 돌진하는 참새도 아니고.
If the seas are so tumultuous that it's maybe common knowledge to put spikes on the bottom of your boat, how do none of these landlubbers, myself included obviously, how do they not know about it? Is it because they don't want information spread like their rules here or whatever? You can't spread or write down the laws of the place.
별거 아닐 수도 있잖아. 해적들은 미신 같은 거 잘 믿는다며. 그런 장식 아니야?
I don't think it's the same equivalent as bringing bananas on a boat. That's a sign of bad luck, right? Bananas on a boat. Let's see. No, I don't want an AI write-up. Go fuck yourself. Bananas are bad luck, as well as... Okay, no, that's weird. Fine, I'll hear AI write-up. A banana on a boat is widely considered bad luck. In maritime and fishing culture, many anglers and captains believe that bringing a banana on board will cause a poor day of fishing, mechanical engine failures, bad weather, or general misfortune. Yeah, I've heard that before. Wouldn't that actually help them, though? Because they were all dying of scurvy or whatever back then, right?
역시 그 파일럿 대리와 동행을 해야 했나? 파우스트 씨, 뭐 알고 있는 거 없어?
Well, Faust knows everything, but I can't tell you.
관련된 정보는 아직
First I'm hearing of that
업데이트되지
superstition.
않았습니다.
I only know about it because one of my favorite YouTube channels back in the day, it was Bon Appetit. It was basically like a bunch of chefs in like some fancy New York. I think Bon Appetit was a magazine, but they had a YouTube channel where they let their chefs do all these wacky fun shows. Me and Matt will sometimes reference Every Way to Cook a Burger. One of their chefs was like a psycho, and he would just make videos of like 50 ways to cook a burger, including like a waffle iron or a blowtorch or all these wacky things, right? On the sidewalk, you know, maybe not that far, but something like that. Bob Test, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Hope you've been well. Let me not trail off there and finish that train of thought. Anyway, one of the chefs I liked from that YouTube channel went on a boat once, and his cameraman had brought a banana on board, and everyone, like, and a bagged lunch in a brown paper bag, everyone on the boat was like, it was like an immediate reaction. And that's how I found out that bringing bananas on boats is bad luck. And fair enough, I think they actually saw hardly any fish on that trip. Who knows? Maybe there's some science behind it. Probably not. Probably not, though. I can't wait for the streamer to have someone a parsec for this canto. Alonso, do you want to take over my account? No, it'll be fine. Anyway, good to see you, man. Welcome back, Bob Test. I had started wondering where you'd gone. I was actually thinking about that too earlier today. Hope you've been well. I imagine, in the back of my mind, I was like, it's probably something school-related, if I had to imagine. All right, back to it. I moved into the attic at my home since my grandparents moved in and also school started. Whoa, that either sounds scary or really cool. I hope it's the latter. I hope it's a cool attic and not like a spooky horror movie attic. That reminds me, I used to wonder if Foxy will return. Again, the last I saw of her was wishing me happy birthday. So hope they're well as well. It's really cool. Well, that's badass. Good for you. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue the canto here. You've missed, I think, cantos 3 and 4? I can't remember the last time you were here, actually. What canto we were on, anyway.
호수의 규칙을 유념하며 나아가는 것이
Oh my
최선인 것
god. 5 months in a row. Thank you, Bob Test. Thank you very, very much. Thus continued our journey to the Lobotomy Corp branch with the variable coordinates Pilot gave us. That confused me for a second. I forgot his name was Pilot. You would think the pilot if it was the profession of someone, but no, his name's literally Pilot. 5 months in a row, man. Damn. Thank you. Paranoia of the unknown weighing heavily on our shoulders. After an indeterminate amount of time...
오티스, 방향타를 좌현으로 돌려야 할 것 같네요.
뭐?
Otis, who was looking out and ahead of the bow of the ship, whipped around. Whatever Faust said seemed to have hit her unexpectedly.
몇십 분 전만 해도 이 구역을 직선으로 빠르게 지나가야 한다고 말하지 않았나?
Are we not fast enough? I think this canto has one of my favorite ending music. Ooh, I've been really enjoying the ambiance, or like the atmospheric tunes. Like this right here, I want to listen to this when I'm reading like a horror manga or something.
예측했던 속도에 도달하지 못했습니다. 이대로 이 구역을 벗어나게 되면 다음 구역의 파도를 맞이할 겁니다.
그게 이번 구역의 빌어먹을 규칙인가?
맞습니다. 해적과의 전투가 빠르게 끝마쳐지긴 했지만 시간이 지체되었던 건 다르지 않았으니까요.
Are we gonna have to bust out the
변동좌표가
foot or
안내하는
the bike pedals again?
바뀌었습니다.
I did OSRS sailing to this music on release. That sounds amazing. I was gonna say I wouldn't mind doing like Etrian Odyssey 3 boat exploration with this as well.
여기서 얼마나 더 썩어야 하는 거지?
It is what it is, Otis.
안내대로라면 약 3일 정도의 우회 항로를 이용해야겠군요.
I reacted to it on Discord, Urge. He linked me a meme of Lethal Company, but it's Yisong with a jetpack. It ends the way you imagine it will. Otis bit her lip with discontent before suddenly turning in my direction. I was actually biting my lip just now. It's a bad habit of mine, actually. It's a bad habit I want to break, but I get too used to it. Not in like a weird way, in like a... I don't know, it's a bad habit. Same thing with biting my nails. You saw Yisung and grow wings, right? Yeah, during the... It was a 6-hour stream, bro, at the end of his dungeon. It was really well done. I was exhausted by the end of it, but still, it was so well done that I didn't mind it. Thankfully, this canto is less grindy. That's not a good word for it. There's less filler.
관리자님, 이번 작전의 속도를 증진하는 것과 더불어 관리자님께서 중하게 여기셨던 LCCB 대원들의 구출 및 신병 확보 확률을 올리기 위한 묘안을 제안하고 싶습니다.
You don't think they've made contact and killed off the LCC can't speak the ahead team already, the before team.
적어도 3일이라는 시간을 지체한 후까지
Well, what's the plan?
배를 돌리지 않는 것입니다.
With that, Otis slowly raised the acceleration lever.
뭐라고요? 제정신인가요? 파도가 올 것이라는 걸 미리 알고 그 안으로 들어가겠다고요?
파도에 대해서는 나도 들은 것들이 있다 물게. 모를 줄 알았나? 네 녀석도 파도를 겪고 이겨낸 경험이 많았을 거라고 보는데.
Is it just the waves, or is it gonna be like acid rain? Are we gonna turn into like fish zombies? Ishmael spoke of a lot of fucked up shit in her little schizo episodes so far, so I'm a little worried, to say the least. I saw one post and it was a butterfly with broken wings, and the sleeper agents really are something.
그야 당연하죠. 하지만 그건 정보가 부족해서 어쩔 수 없이 맞닥뜨린 파도들이었어요. 알고 지나간 적은 한 번도 없다고요.
I understand we want to save the ahead team, but we're gonna wind up as fish food, and that's not in my fucking contract. I don't do deep sea.
하지만 이겨냈던 거지?
Otis.
심지어 지금처럼 무한한 목숨이 아니다
I'm sure she has
말이지.
levels and levels of trauma. We
우리가
should not
충분히
put her at
이겨낼
the
수
helm.
있음을 의미한다. 더불어 작전 속도의 단축과 관리자님, 그리고 소수 졸개가 원했던 구출 확률 증가까지 얻는다.
I just got an idea. What if Dante just stayed in the safe confines of the pocket dimension in the back of the bus boat, what have you? While they all, whatever the hell happens out here, they keep dying. Can he revive them from back there? Or are we in a different space and therefore cannot revive them? Because I don't think, so far anyway, anyone's successfully broken onto the boat/bus boat. Call me Ishmael, if you please. Yes, and the whale or something. We caught a glimpse of it in a flashback.
이스마일, 너는 우리가 지지부진하던 게 영 마음에 들지 않았던 것만 같은데.
Instead of responding to Otis's sarcastic remark, Ishmael squinted in the direction the boat was speeding in.
물결, 냄새, 속도, 색깔. 회전 중인 흐리고 비린 청색 호수. 직접 겪어본 호수는 아니지만 저 호수의 파도에 작살난 배들은 많았다는 건 알아요.
That sounds like more than enough of a reason to take the around path, alright? I'm assuming these are Ishmael, Moby Dick, or whatever references. Let me see. The exact distance limitation to Dante's ability to revive sinners is never super clearly defined. I mean, they're connected to him. Like, I feel like he could probably revive them from wherever, if you ask me. Some years ago, never mind how long precisely, having little or no money in my purse and nothing particular to interest me on shore, I thought I would sail about a little and see the watery part of the world. It is a way I have of driving off the spleen and regulating the circulation. I think I read that completely wrong. I thought I would sail about a little and see the watery part of the world. It is a way I have of driving off the spleen and regulating the circulation. I'm assuming that's like metaphoric or whatever. Whenever I find myself growing grim about the mouth, whenever it is a damp, drizzly November in my soul, whenever I find myself involuntarily pausing before coffin warehouses and bringing up the rear of every funeral I meet, and especially whenever my hypos get such an upper hand of me that it requires a strong moral principle to prevent me from deliberately stepping into the street and methodically knocking people's hats off. Then I account it high time to get to the sea as soon as I can. There is nothing surprising in this. If they but knew it, almost all men in their degree, sometime or other, cherish very nearly the same feelings towards the ocean with me. Did Bob Tess say the whole introduction of Ishmael on Moby Dick? In Moby Dick? I imagine so. It's I like the, it's not hyperbole. I can't think of the literary element or whatever you would call it, but I like the way that sounded. There were some cool lines in there, like finding November, a damp, drizzly November in my soul. Sounds very cool. Okay, anyway.
그게 우리가 되지 않으면 될 뿐이다.
I kind of just want to give Otis, like, a noogie.
저 만일 갔다가요. 아니다 싶으면 다시 돌아와도 되잖아요. 그렇지 않나요?
I don't like doing this, but it happens accidentally sometimes when I play Trick Out. I've been meaning to download the latest update. I haven't played in a couple months now. You can pat the characters, right, by just rubbing their heads. You can pull their cheeks, because Trick Owl has really big cheeks. And you can tickle them. It's a cute game, right? Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Sorry, Sinclair. I don't think anyone on the screen right now would actually enjoy me doing that. Anyway, this is for an example. All right, don't worry about it. Pats him on the shoulder. If you tap the top of their head, they will. It's like you just kind of like bonk them. It even does like a ka-tung, like a metal noise. And I want to do that to Otis sometimes.
다시 돌아간다고요? 이 호수에는 왔던 길로 되돌아간다는 개념이 없단 말이에요.
I am all with Ishmael here, but unfortunately, to keep the story going, we're probably gonna have to. Something fucked up's probably gonna have to happen up ahead. Bro has a cheat impulse, yes.
어떻게 할까요, 단테?
Come on, dude. Oh, I know we want to save the before team, but are they even alive after we beat up Smee and killed some of the pirates, the Twin Hook pirates?
네. 구역의 경계를 넘어 지정한
맙소사. 오티스 씨, 당신의 생각에
As soon as those words left Ishmael's mouth, there was a flash in the sky. That is divine revelation. That is a sign from a higher power. Turn around. Last chance. Thunder?
비가 몰아치네요.
태풍의 눈깔 아니다.
Wait, but the sky was clear just moments ago. How could this...
이미 파도가 밀려왔다는 거예요, 관리자님.
재미있는 볼거리였어.
What are you gonna do if the boat sinks, huh, dickhead? Does being a colored fixer make you immune to drowning? Deep sea creatures too? Because if so, you can call me the blue mist.
결혼
슬슬
우와.
그 기능을 사용해 볼까?
What game are we playing? Oh, this is really spooky though.
버티기 모드 전환.
Endure mode? That's when reality began to sink in. What had happened to, what happens to, and what will happen to everyone and everything that entered this lake without preparation for what's to come. 3D jump scare indeed. What should we do now, Ishmael?
대호수에 처음 항해를 시작하는 풋내기 선원이라면 한번 만약 네가 어떤 파도가 일지 모르는 호수 속에 갇히게 된다면 믿어야 하는 건 단 하나다. 몬타게. 조금이라도 늦게 돼지고 싶다면 무기를 꺼내두는 편이 좋을 거다. 그건 너의 항해 실력, 말리까지 보는 길잡이 실력도 동료들 간의 끈적이는 유대감도 아니다. 많은 이들이 이것을 견디지 못하고
What the fuck is that?
스스로를 제물로 삼는 걸 택한다.
뭐예요? 뭐가 기어올라오고
Turn around.
그저 어떠한 혼돈과 떨림에도 제정신을 유지할 수 있는 너의 의지를 믿어야 한다. 고작 호수가 너 따위에 잠잠해질지는 모르겠지만
What the fuck is that, and why is it a hand? Why are they tethered? I've never seen this before. It's not a target, whatever it is, and they do sinking. A lot of it, actually. We should maybe ignore... Wait, is this a focused encounter? What the fuck do you mean this is unfocused? Those aren't humans! Click them and find out what they are. Whale of the porous hand mermaid. Ugh. Don't we turn those into perfume or cereal and ice cream or whatever the fuck? I forgot what I forgot what they were talking about last time. The whale of the porous hand takes damage when this unit is defeated. Oh. Wait, you mean that's the actual target? I mean, they are tethered to it. This is an actual whale. On heads, inflict 2 sinking. Heads hit 2 sinking. Heads hit 2 sinking. If target has 5+ sinking, deal 20% more damage. On hit, heal by 30% of the damage dealt. On hit, heal by 30% of the damage dealt. Wow. On hit, inflict 5+ sinking count. Yikes. If attacked while shielded, inflict 1 sinking on the attacker. Fish meal. I feel like a fish meal after seeing this. I don't like that. When the wave first hit, I didn't notice the freaky monster face. I'm gonna be real with you. I was already just unsettled by that. I'm glad the sun's still out, or I'd be very scared right now. Okay, well, this is an unfocused encounter for some reason. Is there like a passive I didn't read? Upon death, deal 10 damage to connected mermaids, then apply 2 damage up next turn. This effect cannot drop the connected mermaid's HP below 1. Okay. Do more damage with skills based on the effects count for 1 turn. Alright. This is his skill 3, right? Can I get some coffins first? I think he has to get the kill, though. We'll do this skill instead. Oh, right. It's unfocused for some reason. Yisung, you can do that. I have no idea what this version of Thon does, so we'll just pick whichever one says better. They're both unopposed, actually. Should also buff up. You're unopposed, so we won't get a power counter. Let's see. I will go ahead and put on the light blue. Requiem is skill 3. Thank you. I always expect the skill name to be up here, but for some reason it's actually like I'm pointing with my other hand. That doesn't make any sense. It's actually like here. So I'm lost a little bit. Avail. I mean, yes. Because your keyboard's broken just like mine was 10 years ago, right? 15 years ago. Okay. I guess we'll see if we can get a kill first, and then we'll
각오될 시간이다.
do the skill 3. It's pretty loud for me, so let me lower it. Two bullets down, 4 to go. One of them staggered. Okay. I'm almost tempted to set up more daggers. Okay. Love-hate is like a unique charge, right? How do I see the, oh, I got a clicker, right?
또 도움이 필요한 곳이 생겼는가?
Yeah, it's a unique charge. Okay. Also, I'd probably be laughing too maniacally because I'd be going crazy seeing this shit. I believe this is skill 3 and it's dominating, so we'll do that instead. Is that skill 3 for? Yeah, that's skill 3 for. I was gonna say Ishmael for Moused. So we'll do these two, and then I mean that burns 2 more bullets. Is this actually clashing with anything? Yes. The craziest setting, I guess. Get in the fucking coffin! Put the whole hand in the coffin. I'll hop on Dullahan next turn, probably. I hate that they're coming out of like a cluster, like what's the word? Trypophobia is the fear of like holes like this. I have it to a light degree. I don't know, it's gross looking. Oh, that burns all the bullets, so we get the 3 skill in. Okay. We have only 7 speed. I'll see if I can get a power counter here. No, I can't. Well, we'll save the 2 skill 3s for the next wave. That sounds pretty good. Do this purple skill again, and they're all just kind of unopposed, so I might take a second to hop on Dullahan back here, although the fight might end before he gets the chance to do that. Say that again? Wait, say that again? What did I say? That mist is kind of blue. I'm lamenting solemnly. Sorry, I don't know what I said anymore. Was it illegible, or did I say something? I don't know. All the Zoomers are acting up. What did I say this time? I was going to say we save the skill 3s for the next wave. Unfortunately, I don't have enough movement speed for the extra pop. But 2 skill 3s should do some damage still. That's dominating. Both of these are dominating. Oh, Bob's message. I'm lamenting solemnly. Good. It's a... Uh-huh. It's the Project Moon brain rot. Up in front. All of this looks pretty good. I'm not a fan of unfocused encounters. Again, we don't get the extra pop at the end since her speed is... She's 1 speed away. I believe she needs 10 movement speed in order to get the extra hit in. I think that's because Bob Tess said he's lamenting solemnly. Ideal. Question mark. Ew. That face is especially freaky. Is that that's a different one? I don't like that. Also, Magnificent End already. Wow. What are you? Whale of the Porous Hand, Soldier Mermaid. Ugh. That's a fucking alien, bro. Sinking, sinking, sinking fragility, bleed, heal. Sinking, bleed, sinking, bleed. Extra damage if they're sinking. If attacked while shielded, inflict sinking. Now she has the movement speed, but no skill 3s. For some reason that one is struggling. We'll see if we can give him a... What's it called? An ego skill instead. Maybe his default one would be better? That's still struggling. Wow. I guess we'll hop on Dolahan. Something, broken wings, whale, lament, buzzword, apple, Yuri, gambling. FTDB getting out for the 500th time. Funeral of the Dead Butterfly. No. Do I have that right? Also, it's dead. I ain't afraid of no sea monsters, but that's a big fucking xenomorph. Thank you. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have done this, huh? I must admit, Otis and Ishmael saying the same line together, and the angle of the thing, the hand coming up on the boat, it was really cool, but I don't like it.
호수 밑에 사는 정체불명의 것들은 고래라는 이름으로 불리죠. 그 안에서 나오는 것들은
So they're not actual whales. This ain't a Moby Dick situation. This is a deep sea alien creature. How is it to be in your Kanto, Zexal? I don't like it. The music is really good. That's the only good thing I can say. And as of late, there've been some amazing voice lines, Volibear, etc. Eldritch from Moby Dick.
정말이지. 마주치고 싶지 않은 고래였는데.
What do you mean? Let me read that one more time, Ishmael. The unfathomable entities inhabiting the depths of the lakes are called whales, and those that emerge from them are called mermaids. But that doesn't make sense. Oh, brother. Is that one of the whales they were talking about at U-Corp?
인어가 이렇게 배를 습격해서 공격하기도 하나요?
That ain't no mermaid I ever seen
어릴 때
before.
본 책에서 읽었던 거와는
인어라. 어릴 때 형이 인어가 그렇게 무섭다며 자기 전에 겁을 주곤 했었는데.
It's quiet here, but then it's loud in gameplay, so I'll raise it up a bit.
그러니까 이런 것들을
That's what it was, perfume.
향수인지 뭔지를 만든단
I think I
말이야.
said ice cream, you can ignore that.
베르, 이번에야말로 좀 도와주지.
Yeah, I'm with Rocha.
잊었어? 저 양반 K사에서 우리가 묵사발 당하고 있었을 때도 눈 하나 찌푸리고 구경하고 있었잖아.
아, 간간히 멀리서 손까지 흔들어주기도 했어요. 아마 제 손목이 부러지고 있었을 때라 손을
I wouldn't say that
흔들어주지
happily.
못했지만요.
Remember that time my hands got folded in half?
물론 나라고 메피스토 팰레스가 침몰할 때까지 손 하나 까딱 안 하고
What are you
있진
good
않겠지.
for? Oh boy. What are you good for? One of my favorite lines from Honglu. It's pretty good.
내가 나설 때는 딱 한순간이다. 너희가 모조리 전멸당하고 적들이 관리자의 머리를 박살낸 뒤 그 시...
Are you serious right now?
귀한 자원을 제가 눈앞에서 가만히 뺏길 수는 없지 않습니까, 단테. 그러니 아쉽게도 내가 나서는 장면은 너희가 죽고 난 그
What if they attack you?
구경할 수 있을 거다.
Like, alright, he's saying this, whatever. Giant hand comes out, grabs him, brings him down under. That ain't my problem. Oh, but he can't fight back unless we're all dead, so I guess R.I.P. Virgilius. You'll be brain rotted too. It is starting to sink in, I won't lie. Every time ideal or unideal gets said or read in a game, even off stream when I'm just hanging out with Prismia or something, we immediately go into like a like a little psychotic rant. Unideal? Limbus? Anyway.
그것은
Two previous victims of Vergilius interjected, albeit in hollow voices, to rebuke Roja's rather dangerous attack.
그러니 저것들을 마저 쓸어버리던.
You can take Vergilius. I hate this. I don't want this as a loading screen ever. I'm gonna cover that shit up. There. What else do I have on here? Speaky. Drew from Giant Bomb. That's how I feel like looking at those deep sea creatures. Load already. I don't want to look at this thing. Thank you.
모처럼 괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니 벌써 목, 애를 전부 채웠군.
Well, the waters are certainly...
사고도 해야 할 뒤처리도 없나. 돌아가지.
What is that? Hang on, what is that? What the fuck is that? That ain't no fucking whale. It's a deep sea creature, and as we know, the deep sea is aliens. And I don't like it. Sorry I'm late, what'd I miss? To the sea, to the sea. Besides the horrors. The horrors. Like a pretty good scene where Ishmael and Otis are both reciting one of the laws of the whatever this place is called, the Great Lakes.
I wonder where
You're taking me, matey. Can we go back home? I'd like to go back home. Also, hang on. Money. What's the number of lunacy I need for Walpurgis pork? If I ever hit like the 200 pulls mark, I might spend like a 10 pull once in a while. 26,000. Okay, I need 20k more. Then nowhere near. But good to know. On Arc Knights, I'm at like just under 100 pulls right now. I need 100 more pulls before the Monster Hunter collab in November. I think I'll make it. Wild Hunter. I don't mind this as a loading screen, although it is very freaky. Again, the part with the wave coming up was cool until I noticed the freaky... that thing. If both hands came up, bro, and in the face right here, nah. I'm out, bro. I'm out. Let's see. You're struggling. I still don't know anything about this Dawn. I think I will see if this power counters. Yeah. Bust out a knife, or well, rapier for you, and maybe we'll hop on Dullahan. Maybe we'll hop on Dullahan. As long as it fetches you the Walpure guy, I just keep grinding. Okay. Understandable. Oh, we have a skill 3. Are you okay? Don? Where are the civilians? Or get out of my head. That's probably fine, right? Using his skill 3 we'll just burn Dullahan, right? Maybe we'll do that next turn. That's a skill 3. I always forget which is the good one. They're both dominating. That's an Ares. Don's going schizo, yep. Remember how Roja has minus SP mode? Yeah, Don does too. Is that good? Is that bad? That would normally be a I'm restarting the workday and LobCorp kind of situation. lower the game's sound effects.
너도 누군가에게 맡겨졌겠지. 나도
You should probably read Love and Hate Dawn's Kajillion passives at some point, but the short version is that she works like Koja, just way less good. Okay. I was noticing that Lantern Dawn was struggling here, so I figured we'd try her out.
이제
What does that say? Can I scroll over? Nah, I didn't get to read it. Oh my god, it's a sea of garbage! 6 skill 2s, or sorry, skill 1s. We still have another wave coming in, right? Oh, there's many waves, Ed boy. We'll do this to stay on Dullahan. Which one of these is the good one? I'm gonna assume the dark blue one.
사고될 시간이다.
Okay.
잔구에
They're all staggered, so it's whatever.
흙속에 파묻혀라.
Yeah, it makes sense. Lantern Dawn is still pretty decent, but you really need an all-in Rupture team to make her work. And maybe her Threadspin 4, which is probably too rich for your blood. Yeah, I don't even have... I don't have enough thread to... Threadspin 3 her yet. Or Uptie 3? Whatever it's called. We have a skill 3 coming up. We'll see if we can power counter. Maybe now we'll pop this. It's dominating. That's struggling. Maybe we'll give her an ego. Never mind. We don't have any oranges. Is the top one also? They're both struggling. Bit of a struggle sesh. Alright, we should see. Does this clash? It does. Maybe we'll have enough speed for the thing. Oh, oh, sorry. I don't have... You're right. I don't have Uptype 3 on Love and Hate Dawn. Magical Girl Dawn, what have you. Get in the fucking coffin. Where are the villains at? It's right there. I hate it. I also don't like the eyes on these things, bro. What do you need eyes for that? Like, what do you need those for underwater? Anyway, I'll go get myself some food while you rip and tear through mermaids. Gladly. That's a red coin, so it's gonna go off anyway, right? Maybe not. There's a skill 3, there's a skill 1. Let's see, these are unopposed regardless. Banjo-Kazooie eyes. I haven't seen Banjo-Kazooie in a hot minute. Is that what those look like? Jesus, are you sure that... Are you sure... hang on. Alonso, did your copy of Banjo-Kazooie have hyper-realistic blood? Do that. Do I have enough of this now? No, I don't think I have Orange Generation at all. We might go back to Lantern Dawn. Just because this one's maybe a little more technical than I have the wherewithal right now. By the way, we're not going to stay up too late tonight. I have a IRL thing early tomorrow, so I can't stay up late tonight. Should I hop on Dullahan? I think we'll be fine. I'll let Dawn defend, I guess. Face your fears by fucking tearing them apart. Hell yeah. Like this. Get O-code, dummy. I think that's a thing most creatures find at least somewhat useful. Oh, seeing, presumably. Yeah, but in the deep sea, you probably don't need gigantic peepers like that. Nice. Nice. It ain't over yet, though. Somehow. We have a skill 3 coming up. I'll see if that power counters. In fact, I'll find out right now. Yes. Dark equals less light for eye. Bigger eye, more less light. Okay. That's appreciate you wording it that way. Dominating. It's neutral, I guess. Sure. Sure. Is this still clashing? Yes. I hate them, man. At least they're not like super freaky deep sea creatures, because at some point things become like bioluminescent. That's a term that doesn't need to exist. I'm sorry, but whoa! It's got like a water jet. Freaky. Look, you don't need to generate your own light. That shit's scary. But some things are really pretty bioluminescent. It's still aliens. It's still aliens. If you have bioluminescence, this is what should happen to you. You should get shot with a crossbow. Is that attack really only one swing? There must be something I'm missing there. Well, obviously there's a lot I'm missing just because I haven't bothered to actually read what she does. Does that say hopeless? Jesus. Dominating, favored, unopposed, unopposed, a res, red, red, yellow, yellow. You keep killing with her first coin, so yes, there's more to the attack. All right. I was gonna be a little disappointed if that were the case. If that weren't the case. Bam, 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 bam. What about fireflies? That, Fireflies are fine. Dude, I haven't seen a firefly since I was like a kid. It's a memory from my youth that really stands out. I'm young to the point where it's very foggy. Oh, so this is where Jenko would pipe in and be like, "Oh, so before the dawn of time, before the creation of the planet, before the ice age." Anyway, it's one of the summers where I'm visiting my mom and my siblings, and just at night behind her house, the house she used to live at, anyway, like a wave of them outside. It was very pretty. It almost looked like fireworks. Oh, before the Big Bang. Hi-yo! He's 30. He's over 30. Hi-yo! He's ancient. He's a bag of bones. Hi-yo! Sorry. Don't know what came over me there. It's a lot of blue. And it's dominating. That's favored, but this is dominating. That's favored. That's dominating. That's neutral. There's another A-res and 2 more gunshots. W dinosaur age. You aren't old. Thank you. Thank you, evil Bob Test. Get in the fucking coffin. Not you. Maybe regular Bob Test can get in the coffin. You know what, evil Bob Test? You're cool in my book. Somebody's got to fill in Janko's shoes. Fair enough. I just played the Speaky RPG with him before I went live, by the way, so it's not like he's not here. Or he's probably not too far wherever he is. That's a lot of red in the middle wall. Also, that's a lot of garbage. I don't have enough orange for that one, unfortunately. Well, power counter. Blue, red, 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 red. Those are all hopeless. Never mind. Oh, all these are pretty bad, huh? That's favored. That's neutral. Let me see if this power counters. It does not. Does this power counter? No. That's rough, buddy. I call you a fossil. May as well call the age right. call me a fossil. This is me right now. For some reason, this picture in particular, I've already mentioned this on stream, but for a while on Twitter, there were tons of Japanese posts where it was just this picture, but with like really threatening text. Like for some reason, this adorable creature was gonna bring you harm. Anyway. Keep calling me old, I'm gonna put you on one of these. Why is this in my pictures? I had to log out quickly in my account for that joke and then log back in. Free skill? Nice. Alright, it doesn't matter what we do here. I believe it's the last wave and the last enemy. I put a lot of work into making fun of you. You kind of do. Ah! Yeah, that's right. Get out of here, you bitch. Go back to outer space, you fucking alien. I hate him. Twink hook offense. Ah!
이제 몇 마리 남았죠?
I don't know, Bob tested. I mean, I see it. I don't see it censored.
전부 처리했대.
그럼 이것이 마지막이겠네요.
There was something off about those mermaids that crawled out of that whale. A feeling not so different from looking at an abnormality or a distortion. Mermaids. Were they human once?
제 설명이 부족했겠네요.
You wrote it down in your notebook, but we didn't read it. Twink hook office. You weren't here for a Bob test, but I misread twin hook as twink hook. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna put you in one of these. Proceeds to show the image he was comparing the twink hook pirates to. Look! No, I wasn't comparing the pirates. One of them was holding a sword, but I was questioning whether the center part of the hook would be bladed or not. Drink the seawater? I'd rather right-click and then just delete the entire ocean. Let those deep-sea fucking freaks drown.
단순히 밑바닥에 산다고 해서 고래라는 이름이 붙여지지는 않아요. 호수에서 인간을 숙주로 삼는 모든 것들을 컨트롤하는 다모.
Okay.
고래가 인어들을 낳는 거죠.
I don't like that. And where did the mermaids come from?
파도에 밀려온 고래에 먹힌 거예요. 우리도 비슷한 꼴이 될 수도 있고요. 알겠죠? 어쩌면 관리자님이 되돌리는 건 아무 소용이 없을지도 모른다고.
Well, we don't know the limitations of this thing, and the story doesn't really seem keen to figure out the limitations so far anyway. I see now. The waves will be unrelenting, unabating. And Ishmael, who'd already weathered and braved these endless, crashing waves, was starting to snap, strand by strand.
반드시 이뤄야 할 목표가 있고 그걸 방해하는 것들은 전부 없애서.
Should we maybe like tie Ishmael to the steering wheel or something? I'm kind of scared of her lately.
곤두박질 치면서 부서지는 한이 있더라도.
Ah! Yeah, burn the lake down. That doesn't make sense.
부쟁심. 모험을 시작할 때 나쁘지 않은 준비물이지. 본격적인 항해는 지금부터일 테니.
I say we turn around. Hmm? Oh. Oh. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that right there. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's a good loading screen, though. Ew. This better not be teeth. I can't tell what I'm looking at. Burn the lake. Okay, caveman. Just saying that because he likes calling me old.
예전보다 많이 나아진 것 같다. 나도. 그러고 보니까
Okay,
그
well,
환상체 이제 가오를
keep
내려줄
going.
아이가 없어졌지. 다시 관리를 맡겨주실까?
호수의 물.
I think we're good for like another hour, by the way. Again, I got things to do tomorrow. And as a reminder, we're doing Limbus today because tomorrow is Gamescom opening night live. At 2 p.m. Central my time, it'll go live, but we're not going to watch it live. So we can stream at the regular hour that I normally go live at. I'll be joined by at least Jenko and Alonso. Matt has work, so he can't join. And if Prismio's awake, hopefully he'll join too. It's like Summer Games Fest, and it's like the Game Awards, where it's just trailers and hearing info about all the latest games. I hope it's going to be fun. I burnt the water. Sun Tzu, yes.
호수를 바라볼 때마다 늘 일렁이는 모습의 내가 보여.
That line goes kind of hard.
호수가 아무리 달라져도 물 위에 비친 내 모습은 늘 일그러져 있으니 오히려
I thought you were doing pretty good before we started your canto, Ishmael. Not even your canto, the intervallo leading up to your canto. I happened upon Ishmael's musings around the time we were on our way to the elusive Lobotomy Corp branch of the Great Lake. It had been a while since our last disastrous
호수에
incident.
비춰온 뒤틀린 모습들이 사실은 옳았던 것일지도 모르지.
Even from a distance, it was evident that Ishmael was gazing down at her own reflection in the water. I rested my wandering feet and decided to watch her for a moment. I wanted to see what Ishmael was looking at, together.
손에 피가
I don't like that.
맺혔었지. 소금물이 들어가서 쓰라렸고 당장이라도 그걸 넣지 않으면 정신이 나갈 정도로 아팠는데 넣을 수 없었어. 나는 무엇을 넣고 싶지 않았던 걸까?
관리자님, 와보셔야겠습니다. 다음 좌표에 가까워진 것 같습니다.
We were getting it. Oh God, what's the? We were finding out more about Ishmael. Come on.
저도 보죠.
Ishmael woke from her introspection and straightened herself. She strode towards
앞에는 뭐가
us.
있죠?
눈앞에 보이는 것과 레이더상에 잡히는 것은 한 척의 배뿐이다. 그리고 이번 호수에서의 대기는 3시간인 듯하다. 관리자님이 요전번처럼 파도에 맞서게 허락만 해주신다면 그럴 필요는 없겠지만.
We made it out of the waves and we're just chilling now? Let's do that. Now we're fine. No, Otis. The losses were worse than I anticipated. And remember what Ishmael said. We were extremely lucky the waves that came for us was a relatively manageable one. Shouldn't that be were?
명령하신 대로 따르겠습니다.
Thanks to Otis, who quickly abandoned the idea, the sinners and I could observe this new vessel with somewhat lighter hearts.
다행히 해적선으로 보이지는 않아요.
What could it be? Bro's the one who figured out how to create fire. Yep. And I got no recognition for it. There is no limit to the glaze. Can we hear that one more time? Can we hear that again? I don't pay her enough, man. Volleybird, yep. Don Quixote. Even in this fucked up Silent Hill sea we're currently in, an actual ray of sunshine. Thank you. Very cool. Even from this distance, I could see the colorful balloons and banners decorating the ship. I mean, is it okay? Lights are on. I can't tell if the deck is in shambles or not. Thank you, Don. Thank you.
거기서는 모두가 나처럼 큰 소리로 소리 지르고 뛰어다녀도 혼날 걱정 없으니 얼마나 신나워.
I have sent an image that relates to a certain message. And this is like a caveman fire. I'm gonna time you out. Excuse me? There's no limit to the glaze. I don't know how to describe that. Ah, yes. We should party on the body of water that terrifying creatures are... with terrifying creatures lurking within it. Yeah. I mean, that that boat. Bus boat. Whatever. Had a bunch of lights. Maybe those ward off the monsters?
베르, 애를 얼마나 구박했으면 이렇게...
Yeah, come on.
아, 저런 데에서는 보통 특산물 요리도 내놓을 텐데 술도 있고 거기서만 맛볼 수 있는 귀한 음식일 텐데.
I mean, I doubt they'd let us on. Rogia and Don Quixote both shot twinkling glances in my direction, then at Virgilius, then back at me. Virgilius shrugged. Whatever we decided to do here was none of his business. Well, maybe they can tell us something about the nearby Lobotomy Corps branch, or maybe they know something about the LCCB agents. Thank you, Don. Very cool. Is it me or is this lagging? Is it? I hope not. My OBS shows me I'm fine. Don Quixote was rhythmically swaying her shoulders. Maybe she's trying to imitate the Marlin dance she glimpsed back at the club.
이보게들! 뭐 좀 물어보겠네!
The faintly blaring music was the only response from the ship.
안 들릴 수도 있겠어. 요새 음악은 지나치게 시끄러워서.
Old man Greg.
건너가서 물어보고 그렇게 빠르겠어.
I guess we can quickly stop by and ask them a few questions. We had 3 hours to kill anyway. Might as well make ourselves useful and collect some intel. Ishmael shot a glance at Virgilius before staring at the floor wordlessly.
저 배가 누구의 배인지 어떤 일을 겪은 배였는지를 정확히 모르는 상태에서 간다는 것은 무모한 짓이라고 생각되지만
He almost says it's fine.
관리자님이 그렇게 생각하셨다면
I'm also live on Twitch if that might load better for you, skill issue Vict.
네, 건너가죠.
저거는 또 갑자기 오티스나 할 법한 말을 하네.
이렇게 하기로 했을 뿐이에요.
This is the same music that was playing at the bar, right?
이 보트를 사용할 수 있게 되었군요.
Or club. Sorry, club.
이건 뒤집어질 염려는 없는
We're going on a little dinghy? Fuck no! I'm there with Yi-song.
구명조끼나 튜브는 안 넣어도 될까요?
And Sinclair. My boys. Those sensible ones of the group. By the time all 13 of us squeezed our way in, the skiff was absolutely packed and precariously swaying. Some sinners' faces darkened with concern. Don't worry, guys. Even if you all drown, I'll bring you right back. All right as rain. Just kidding.
파티에 취해 너무 늦게 돌아오진 말라고.
Will do, Verg. You stick in the mud. In a manner that was extremely out of character, Virgilius waved at us. Does he know something that we don't? What's the one meme? I don't know the context of it, but I'm pulling it up right now. You probably already know what I'm talking about. It's a YouTube thumbnail. I'm assuming this came from one of those like movie recap channels on YouTube, but I've seen this as a meme everywhere. Does he know? Also, I wouldn't say lagging, but for some reason my stages have been taking extra long to load. Batman Riddler, does he know? Is that what that is? Okay, well we're in the Silent Hill Sea. Nothing too scary, it seems. Like this. I don't like this. What if you kill this thing? Like, I don't know if it's the Monster Hunter player in me or not, but what if we killed this and just turned it into gear? Would another one take its place? Or are there just innumerable... What if we just killed everything in the sea? Nuke the ocean. But actually, no, then we'd lose water. Yeah, never mind. Forget I said anything. Sometimes we need drastic measures. Ishmael will remember that. How dare you use our current humor? Excuse me? I still don't see anyone on the deck.
기다려 보시오. 내가 배에 있는 힘껏 숨을 불어담아 소리를 질러 보겠소.
You have been warned. Lower your volume. That wasn't that bad.
야 파임마!
그런데 이런 선상 파티 같은 건 우리가 막 들어와도 괜찮은 거야?
Absolutely not. You're really bringing this now that we're on the little skippy?
그 뭐냐? 응? 초대장도 없을 텐데.
주눅들지 마 그래. 이런 건 원래 같이 즐길수록 신나는
Absolutely
거야.
not, Rocha.
버티고 나발이고 목표는 정보 수집이에요. 헛짓거리하면 놓고 갈 겁니다.
여기 진짜 좋아 보이긴 하네요.
Numerous liquor bottles and half-eaten food were strewn about haphazardly all over the deck.
바로 직전까지 이 자리에서 파티를 벌이고 있었던 것으로 보인다.
Have you stopped to think about why it maybe ended abruptly? Is there a Silent Hill whale and they all got turned into mermaids?
안쪽에 불이 켜져 있어. 잽싸게 가보고 오리라.
Don Quixote, running on sheer excitement for a party, scuttled to the cabins. This isn't a good idea. Invitation? Is this a reference I don't get, Bob Test? Question mark?
시끄러운 게
Or
하나
who needs it?
그럼
Heathcliff slammed his fist on the loudspeaker that's been blaring music the entire time.
이제야 살 것 같네. 귀 터지는 줄 알았어.
You could have turned it off, Holmes. I decided to remain silent. The music was pretty loud.
음악이 꺼지니까
What have you done?
영 썰렁해지는.
Also, that was a example of diegetic music. Oh, LOR. Okay. Invitation? We don't need invitations. I don't want an invitation to that place. You don't come back from that place. Or maybe you do. We'll find out when we beat that game eventually. Since we did see the Moeller team again. Depends on your perspective, I guess. Shark is big shark. I don't like thinking about sharks in this canto, actually. Also, got all freaky all of a sudden.
그러고 보니 지금 상황과 비슷한 이야기가 생각나네요.
Stop.
유모가 해준 옛날 이야기가 있었는데.
You don't need to continue. Don Quixote returns with a dumbfounded expression on her face.
뭐가? 음식? 술? 아니면 둘 다?
없었어.
Let's leave.
그저 불만 켜져 있었다는 것이오.
Can we just keep this boat then?
방금까지 파티가 있었던 게 자명한데 사람 하나 없다는 게 말이 된다고 보나?
I don't like this.
진짜요? 뭐 숨바꼭질이라도 하는 것일지도.
이런 모임에 모일 만한 사람들이 그럴 거라고는 상상이 잘 안 되지 않니?
그럼 사라졌다는 건가요? 여기 사람들이 전부. 그러면 이미 파도에 당한 배?
Are the waves in this quadrant of the ocean, do they spirit people away in the mist or something? I don't know. No comment from me.
다른 가능성을 둔다면 배에 창고가 있겠다.
그런데 파티를
okay.
하던 사람들이 이 모든 음식과 술을 내버려 두고 좁은 창고에 우르르 모여 있다고.
Maybe they had to.
아, 네, 딱 이런 이야기였어요.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Keep it to yourself, Holmes.
성대한 잔치를 한다는 초대장을 받고 어떤 저택에 들어갔는데 아무도 보이지 않는다는 거였어요.
I think there's a World of Horror chapter that's exactly like that. Or no, you get invited to... you get a notification of like a distant relative died. You go there, and you're actually not related to them, and it's some like cultish thing going on. Anyway.
저희 노래나 다시 틀까요?
라디오 작살냈는데?
이게 파도에 당했던 배라면 당장 나가야 하는데.
Let's go.
그런데 열려 있는 어떤 방에서 자꾸 쿵하는 소리가 들리길래 들어가
Mean they
보았더니
went there to investigate. Horror movie mentality, bro. You're gonna die. Is the force for the flames Ryoshu ego hot? Which one's force for the flames? Oh, that's her default one. Yeah, sure. You win a mansion in a contest you never entered, and when you get there, you find out Booze tricked you. Yeah, that's Luigi's Mansion, which on my YouTube I have an archive of my first time playing it. I did a playthrough with my friend Prismia because he loves that game.
들어가 보았더니
That'd be nice skincare, but Hulk smashed the radio. You can't call him Hulk.
사람들이 두 팔을 편 채로 시체같이 뻣뻣하게 껑충껑충 튀어오르면서
Oh, Jiangxis. Are we gonna see Jiangxis in Honglu's Kanto? This could just be like a throwaway line or whatever, just to spook the youngins of the group.
저는 창고를 확인해보고 와야겠어요.
Oh, you're going to the Jiangxis?
싱클레어군, 왜 그렇게 손바닥에 흥건하오?
체질이에요.
That's my boy. Skincare hurriedly left the room in search of the ship's
쓰는
storage.
춤이 한때 유행 중이었다는 이야기였습니다.
Oh,
춤이라는 건 정말이지.
별 이야기도 아니었잖아. 괜히 기대하게 만들고 말이야.
본인은 틀림없이 다시 살아 움직인
Yeah, same.
시체의 이야기일 거로 생각했지만
괜히 애 겁주기는. 꼬맹이는 어디로 도망간 거야?
no bully. I'll go find Sinclair. What do you mean I will? Let's go find him as a group. This is the kind of mentality that gets you killed in a horror movie. Let's split up, gang. Yeah, fucking right, dude. Also, I thought from a distance it really looked like the deck was a mess. I mean, it very clearly is. Like, what kind of fucking moron goes on like a cruise ship in the Great Lakes? Then again, there were people back at that port city we were at. I forgot the name of it already, sorry. Where we found Pilot and the Twin Hook pirates. There were, like, rich people that showed up there and got killed by the Twin Hooks. So, I don't know, dude. You think if you live in this universe, you'd know to just never leave the safety of your home.
죽음 충동 억제.
Let's split up, gang. And then instead of goofy Scooby-Doo shenanigans, sinners die left and right. Yeah, it's up to me to revive them. Sure is odd that a yacht is out here. It's pretty dark in here. The hallway to the storage was significantly narrower than the party deck. I had nothing but faint, occasionally flashing lights to guide me through this dark hallway. I decided to proceed carefully. Seriously, this place is way creepier than wherever Hong Lu was going with his story. Sinclair? You there? Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now? Is there even an iteration of Scooby-Doo nowadays, or did you Zoomers grow up without it? Because What's New Scooby-Doo was my shit back in the day. Anyway. Dante should really open up the curtains or turn on the lights, exactly. Or come with a flashlight, man, I guess. I wasn't sure where these water droplets were falling from, but they were really getting on my nerves. There's corpses on the ceiling. I don't see anything here. Not that I could in this dark, even if there were. All I see is a faint ray of light, and Sinclair? And Sinclair. It seemed to me that he'd been standing here for a good while. Exactly how long, I wasn't sure. Bro, I just went after him like 2 minutes ago. The yacht can't be that big. Sinclair stood there, still like death. He looked up. What are you looking at? Now that I'm in here, I noticed there was something funny about the ray of light. I assumed that the light I saw was from a lamp or something, but no. It was just there, surrounding the general area where Sinclair stood. There was no light source. So the light's shining from from the outside, maybe? No, that doesn't make sense either. We're deep in the ship's storage, a big metal box with no opening for even a single strand of natural light. Besides, it's nighttime. This is getting more and more bizarre by the second. Where's this light coming from? Sinclair, we gotta get out of here. Run. Now, come on! Fear of the unknown intensifies. What I saw defied every bit of common sense I had accumulated over the journey, and I had to get Sinclair out of there. I snatched and tugged his limp wrist. Come on, wake up! That seemed to have done the trick. Sinclair suddenly snapped back to reality and began screaming. He bolted out of the room. Makes sense. Also, what is that in the background? I meant to comment on it earlier, but I can't really tell what it is.
뭐야? 넌 또 왜 그렇게 소리를?
Scooby-Doo is goated. Attaboy, Yomu. He won't want to miss a moment of this experiment. Oh, the boat is strange? Doesn't really work. The book Hong Lu was talking about seems strange.
공중에 사람이, 공중에 사람이, 공중에 사람이, 공중에 사람이!
There was a person floating in the air. A person in the air floating. Someone was up there just suspended in the air.
이거 진짜 무서워졌는데.
사람 빌 리가 없죠.
Mermaids?
그럼
네, 설명할 시간이 있나요? 당장 무기 들어요.
That's Larry. He's chill. I don't know what's going on here. I was expecting like corpses strewn about, like hung from the ceiling. I've seen these in MD before. Also, Matt, the term whale in this universe refers to anything that can parasitize humans and turn them into mermaids. Mermaids can be anything. Apparently, the whale of Thousand Strands, this is one of its mermaids. That's an alien. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's a fucking alien. It's a lake entity. Why can't I read about it? I want to read the lore. It's my favorite part. Do this. I don't want to override a mouse to skill 2. Maybe we'll hop on Dolahan, get some knives out. Yeah. Would this power counter against anything? It would. I don't see a skill 3 coming up, so maybe we'll just power counter next turn.
하고될 시간이다. 잔후에.
That's just straight up an alien, bro. It's so loud, actually. Oh my goodness, sorry about that. I don't know how to balance this stuff. It goes from too quiet to too loud. The sinners are in danger. They better keep their eyes buttered till the end. Which ID are you going to be? Oh god, that's a skill 3. Do I have the speed for that? No, maybe we'll get it next turn though. I thought I hopped on Dolahan. I guess I did not. I mean, we'll just do this. Purple is favored. Well, power counter, skill 1. That's an A-res. I hope this counters. It does. Also, I haven't actually looked at what these things do. On Tails hit, deal 2 SP damage. Tails hit, deal 2 SP damage. Clash Wind, deal 10 SP damage to the target. This unit heals 10 HP. On hit, inflict Bind. Bind is disgusting in this franchise, right? No, I'm thinking of Paralyze. Paralyze is gross as hell. Speed decreases the effects count for 1 turn. Okay. That would be really bad if that hit moused, actually. If the target's SP is below 20, heal 20% more HP from this attack. Tails hit, 3 SP damage. On hit, 30% of damage dealt. 3 SP, 30% of damage dealt. If target's SP is below -15, deal plus 50% damage. Oh, that's the bad one. On hit, inflict 2 paralyze, inflict 2 paralyze. That just makes your coins completely whiff, right? Fix the power of coins to 0 for 1 turn, with 1 coin per the effect count. Gross. Kind of reminds me of a creature from Dark Souls. Which one? So I can never play that Dark Souls game, Matt. I mean, if they weren't in the deep sea, they would look kind of cool, but they are freaky. You know what? Hang on. I know what this thing reminds me of. This has the general shape of a Pokemon. A Pokemon I actually really like. I was sad that they never did anything with it. Like a pre-evolution and a post-evolution or a mega-evolution would have been cool for this guy. He's just one of those, like, long-forgotten Gen 3 Pokemon that I actually like. You probably already know who I'm talking about, but give me a moment while my crappy PC loads a picture. In fact, hang on, we'll get a side-by-side here. Gonna have to flip this around, though. Let's do it the getaway. Whoa! I didn't know I could do that. I selected everything. Either way, it's a Tropius. From the best Pokemon games, Gen 3. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Tropius would probably do good here. Grass type would be super effective against water types. Bloodborne type shit. Tropius, oh yeah. Oh yeah, Zexel, have you... Oh, sorry, I missed a lot of messages while I was pulling that up. Let's see. Paralyze is fucking scary in Limbus. I missed so many. Sorry. Let's see. Inside the mirror world, do they see someone else in their bodies? Paralyze is fucking scary in Limbus. Bind is also quite good and only becomes better as strong, fast human bosses become more prominent. Kind of reminds me of a creature from Dark Souls. Those who are current, no. Oh yeah, Zexel, have you heard of Steam Family? No, I have not. Tropius, Bloodborne type shit. Sure, it doesn't directly make you clash better or do more damage, but it often indirectly helps those things by letting you control the pace of battle. Ah yes, the avatar of Tropium himself. Possibly the single greatest coolness / actual effectiveness mismatch in Pokemon history. Say it with me. Slow, bulky, mixed attacker, Hoenn moment. Was he not good? Because I never used one, but I always wanted to use one, because it looks cool. I like Tropius. Kind of reminds me of like Meganium for some reason. It's the Gen 2 grass starter. Anyway. Why am I zoomed in? Fucking distorted Tropius. This looks fine to me, I think. Oh, Steam Family is very cool. It lets you share libraries with anyone else in the family, and I use it with my dad now. I have a lot of his old games. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I think there are people that kind of... I think I've heard of that before, now that you mention it. Tropius has never been good and will probably never be good. But he's cool. What if they gave him a Mega? Also, that's 2 skill 3s, baby. I'll take that. Dominating, 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 dominating. Favored, unopposed. Sounds good to me. I'm mostly repeating imported cheese here, but its stats suck and its type is even worse. Grass is ass, he always says. It's the worst of the 3 starter types by a mile because way too many things are strong against it. But I love the aesthetic of grass type Pokemon. They haven't given it an evolution or Mega despite many opportunities to do so. Yeah, if it was going to get anything, it would have been Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, right? Fun fact, my dad actually has played LobCorp before, though he hasn't ever beaten it. Report back to me if you ever figure out how far he got. Okay, that's favored. We'll probably replace it with a skill, with a power counter, though, depending on what we got going on here. Dominating, dominating, dominating. Oh my god, we're doing so well here. These guys suck. Join the council. This is a DMZ. This is a demilitarized zone. You can have fun with your chat gang warfare. I'm just here to play Limbus. Thank you. The council goons have arrived. Are you on the run, Yomu? I know you were my man on the inside, finding out what was going on. Get in the fucking coffin! Not you. What's happening? Yomu was recounting in one of the recent streams that there's like 2 factions appearing in YouTube comment sections. Hide in the bunker. Yeah, hide in the storage department of the ship. Wait, no, there's floating corpses in there. Never mind. Nowhere is safe. I kind of wish we got to see what Sinclair saw. That was cute. I wish that had one more attack, though. Okay. Oh, I did not mean to defend that. Because he's dominating. Yeah. I'm not sure this matters anymore. Because this wave is mostly fine. Yeah, last wave even. Quick, get in the shelter from the 27th of March, which only has room for 1 person for some reason. What was it? Do you have infinite supplies while you're in there? Because if we could... I'd just chill in there. Live out the rest of my lifespan in there. I know the outside world is completely fucked, but that's not my problem. Also, what is that thing in the background? No one's commented on it yet. I want to say the other mermaids were actually kind of scarier. Like, mechanic-wise. Well, no, these have paralyzed. Paralyzed is scary. Didn't really feel it, though, thankfully.
모처럼 괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니 벌써 목 애를 전부 채웠군.
Cruise Party 4. Looks like this is all our stay in the Silent Hill Sea.
돌아가지.
Oi, Council Goon. As the head of Inkwell office, I will throw questions at you. What's the council's whole deal about? You can word it a little nicer, Yomu. We're not looking to... We're not picking a side here. Okay. No story, just more of these guys, huh? Starting with a skill 3. I believe can power count or something? Yeah. That's favored. That's favored. They're both favored, but we'll burn through some ammo first. Neutral. Is this her main skill? I can never remember which is her skill 3, but I think we'll set up her rapiers first anyway, and we'll hop on Dullahan as well. Yeah, future Kantos get a little better about not having like 4 nodes in a row of the same enemies. Okay. Dullahan. That's enough for a fully empowered skill 3. You love to see it. Skill 2 is good. I could immediately go into one of these. We'll hop off of Dullahan though. Why not? It's dominating. Let's live a little. That's favored and that's unopposed. Bam. I don't think... They're a little too bulky to get one shot by this, but damn near close. Get in the fucking coffin, Tropius. Game Freak may as well throw you into a coffin by never giving you anything. They could have given you a pre-evolution. A baby Tropius would have been cute. An evolved Tropius would have been cool. Or a mega evolved Tropius. She never gets to finish that skill. No skill 3's coming up, but we can do this into this. Into that. Maybe hop back on Dullahan. And then this is all just unopposed. Sure. Is this actually clashing? Yes. Hey, Urge. How's it going? There were floating people in the storage compartment of the yacht we're on. I don't really know what's going on. I thought I hopped on Dullahan. Maybe I said it and forgot to actually click it. Ooh. That was a little cooler. We'll just throw out whatever skills here. And maybe immediately hop on Dolahan. I don't think I'll have the chance. Mr. Streamer forgot he already used skill 3 on Dolahan. But that wasn't the same turn, right? I should be able to hop back on him the next turn, no? Oh, you... Oh! Oh, okay, I didn't realize that, sorry. Whoops. I mean, all of this is God damn, it's all dominating and favored and dominating. I mean, we could get a really long purple chain here. That's pretty cool. Sure. Would it be better to power counter? We do have a skill 3 coming up, and I would love for her to keep her speed up. So maybe I'll do it. It lasts a couple of turns, so I don't need to keep spamming it, but it's better than skill 3, right? It shall be done. Damn. Yeah, behead that Tropius ripoff. Ooh. Nice. Nice. A bit overkill. Yo, the music cutting out actually impacted that so good. Yo! Okay, we got to see the full animation. I like that. A little simple, but I like that. If that also fired out a laser beam afterward, it would be cool. Oh. Oh, I thought there was another wave. Can we finally find out what we're fighting exactly? There we go. So they were mermaids.
아마 파티에 너무 열중한 나머지 규칙을 지키는 걸 잊어버렸겠죠. 그래서
what do you mean you broke a law of the lake? Does that summon a mermaid on you? Because if so, remind me to never jaywalk here. Not that there's even any roads for me to jaywalk on, but you get what I mean. Even the tiniest infraction would rot this upon me. I don't think I like that very much. So they ended up getting devoured by a whale. And this deserted ship is the aftermath.
배가 규칙을 어기지 않았어도 규칙을 어겨 파도에 덮쳐진 다른 배와 얽힌다면 어떤 파도냐에 따라서 덩달아서 피해를
Can
볼 수 있어.
someone please acknowledge the Cthulhu in the background? I can't comprehend what I'm looking at. Are those tentacles? Their single lapse of judgment led to this chilling catastrophe. I remembered Ishmael looking into the lake, muttering to herself. I also remembered the rough, biting words she threw at us. This was the reality of the great lake that Ishmael survived before joining us. And for some reason, like, why would you ever... Like, I thought those glowing pikes in the water would have, like, warded off whales and mermaids for rich people. But apparently not. The inhabitants of the Himini boat just didn't know any better. Ah! Huh? Ha! A place where even the smallest mistake could mean total annihilation. We're finally acknowledging it. A place where one must struggle endlessly to survive the terrible unknown. So this was the kind of path Ishmael sailed before joining us. Run! If only I'd known. If only we listened to her. This wouldn't have happened. Then maybe I could have been more understanding of her. I keep going back to my quarrel with Ishmael back at the boatworks. I can't stop thinking about
내려온
it.
인어들은 처리했지만 시간을 지체한다면 저것이 이제 우리를 노리려 들 것이다.
It's like right there. I don't see how we make it out of here alive.
파티는 끝났다. 복귀하도록 하지.
You want us to get on a little dinghy. Yikes, dog. High whale of 1,000 strands. That's not a whale, bro. That's an alien. After an indeterminate amount of time. So we didn't find anything. I made the wrong call. I shouldn't have made such a rash decision. You know, he's always saying that, like, I gotta be better. But then he's like, whoa, let's go on the boat, guys. Don Quixote flashed puppy dog eyes at me. Let's do what she wants. I mean, it would probably work on me. I have a soft spot for Dawn, but he'll get better eventually, surely. That's Larry. That's Larry. Still chill. I don't believe that. Don't you have your cognition filter on? Was that supposed to come installed with the game?
됐어요. 살아남았으면.
That one actually didn't seem too bad. I guess its full attention wasn't on us, though. So maybe it would have been worse if the Eldritch Tentacle Hive actually was looking at us. And that was that. Ishmael didn't say anymore.
물자는 더 챙길 수
That
있었어.
was that, and this is this. It's fortunate, however, that we... Oh, sorry. I don't actually read this part. I only read Dante.
어이, 레이더 상에 아까는 잡히지 않았던
What do you
커다란
mean
것이
it's
잡힌다.
large?
좌표의 중앙과 현저히 가깝네요.
Ah,
그렇다면 이 점이
21구의 로봇 통의 지부.
nice. Larry's homies just get a little rambunctious at times. What do you mean homies? They're clearly connected to him, so... I don't even know what I was looking at there. I kind of want to know more.
잠깐 밖에서 바람 좀 쐬고 올게요.
I would go into my room and never leave it. Then again, Ishmael's room sucks. Ishmael's room is completely flooded all the time. Ishmael slowly returned to the spot by the ship's railings where she stood muttering to herself. For a moment, I wondered if I should follow her like I did earlier, but maybe she wanted some time alone to think about things. I decided to leave her be.
정신 꽉 잡아. 자꾸 감정을 내비쳐서는 안 돼. 내 단 하나의 목표를 이루기로 했잖아. 작사를 그렇게 갈아냈는데 더 차가워지고 날카로워져야 해. 나에게는 꼭 이루어야 할 목표가 있고 그걸 방해하는 것들, 방해가 될 만한 것들은
Maybe you should have stepped in after all, Dante. Also, yeah, that was there the whole time, wasn't it? No one commented on it except me. Do they have cognition filters on? Probably not. Okay. Game's still taking a while to load. I kind of really dig the yacht as a horror, as a piece of horror media location. A location in horror media. That's a better way of wording that. Zex. Jesus Christ.
그 환상체
There's
이제
this
가오를
one
믿어줄
manga.
나이가 없어졌지?
God, what was it called?
다시
Cradle of
관리를
Monsters?
맡겨주실까?
I know, I talked about a manhwa the other day that I was reading. I haven't touched it since. It was the Tentacle Zombies one. Hang on. I can't find an actual cover for this. Oh, wait, I think this is a Cradle of Monsters. I'll pull this up. Just give me a second. But I'm not talking about that this time. The manhwa was okay. I never bothered to go back to it, but I read this manga a very long time ago. Cradle of Monsters. It's zombies on a boat. Zombies on a yacht. I think it doesn't pull any punches though, so not for the faint of heart. I've actually been considering rereading it lately, so now that we're on that, while we were on that yacht for a little while, I was thinking back to this. Anyway. No, just oblivious dumbass filters. Damn. You're not wrong though. Oh great, why does that have tentacles on it? Is it the 1,000-strand mermaid? LobCorp made those too. We're on a boat. Everybody look at us, because we're sailing on a boat. That one's pretty old. I remember that one. Okay. Windows nightlight moment.
파일럿이가 말씀하신 생존자분들 안전하게 계실까요?
Probably not, homeboy. Let's be real.
살 수 있는 시간은 충분하오. 별일이 없었다면.
We beat up Smee. You don't think she could just call up middle homeboy, whatever his name was, on the phone and say, kill the hostages? We're in the weed water now. No, that's the freaky green water that kills you. Thanks for watching. I didn't sign up to look at a port that has... Where's my starting soon? No, that's Matt's. There we go. I didn't sign up to look at a I don't even know what this is. With veins? Excuse me? The corpse is lobotomized. Well, the wing has fallen, so that's one way of putting it. As Sinclair and Yisang shared their thoughts, the large structure loomed over closer, out of the mist and into our line of sight.
그리 피하군.
Very. Every sinner, save for Ryoshu, froze.
저게
Anyway, I gotta go. Take care, Bob Test. I'm probably gonna wrap soon anyway. Maybe like another 15-20 minutes. Hey Zex, how's the Tomodachi Island? I don't know if we'll ever return to it, because in the long time that it took, I was setting up for a stream, the next part of it. I took like a couple of weeks to get ready for that stream. I wanted to finish a drawing for it. Zex and Rory broke up, and I just don't want to touch the game anymore after that. I've tried seeing if things could patch up between them once in a while, but since that happened, I just kind of lost my interest. Maybe we'll return someday, but Tomodachi Life is on hiatus for the foreseeable future. Unless something happens off stream and I'm like, oh shit, there's signs of life yet.
좌표 범위에서
Ruh-roh,
한없이
Bartholomew the
수많은
Freaky
건물로
was here.
전달받은 정보와 크기감이 일치하는 것을 보아서는 그렇습니다.
Yeah. Maybe eventually. The sight was enough to shut everyone up. To hope that there may be any survivors in this structure was far too optimistic a notion for what appeared before us.
물체들의 사이로 로보토미 코퍼레이션의 문양을 확인할 수 있다.
How is it alive now? You beat up Anakin's mom, Shmi? Excuse me? I don't like the lake. It's wet and gloomy and gets everywhere.
그럼 진짜로 저게
Only the smeared logo of the Lobotomy Corp branch glistened amidst the mounds of pallid, blasphemous white. This was an undeniable reality we found ourselves in. Yeah, I don't like what I'm looking at, bro.
대체 무슨 일을 겪으면 저런 꼴이 될 수 있는 거야?
파일럿 씨의 이야기대로라면 쌍갈고리 해적단원들이 이곳을 떠나기 전 마지막으로 남긴 말이 재앙이 오고 있다 였었나요?
우리가 일을 시작한 지 얼마 되지 않았을 적의 일이 생각나는구려. 이런 생체 조직이 들러붙은 분위기가 성납사하군.
Was that the traitor from Minecraft, Yomu? I can't remember.
T사 지부 때? 그때처럼 안에 독가스가 차 있거나 하진 않으려나?
당시에는 배신자가 있었던 것뿐이다. 이번 상황과 비교하기에는 적합한 비교군이 아니다.
상황은 더 심하면 심해지 덜하지는 않을 것 같은데.
Can we just turn around?
그럼 파일럿 씨의 동료분들은
Bro, I don't think they even made it to the branch. They probably just killed them and threw them in the water.
다행이겠군.
Or maybe that's littering, and that's against one of the unwritten laws here that you just have to know, because if you break them, you die. Or something. I don't fucking know what's happening here. No, that was strokes a lot. Okay. What was that? Have them turned into mermaids. The calamity that pilot mentioned didn't destroy the LobCorp branch. It transformed this place into something uncanny, something so grotesque that total obliteration would have been preferable to whatever happened here.
세상에는 다양한 형태의 재앙이 있기 마련이니까.
Is the boss the branch itself?
이 대호수에서는 5가지 재앙이 존재한다.
무슨 뜻이요?
뜻은
Did one of them die?
알게 될 거다.
재앙은 아무리 조심하고 피하려 해도 찾아오는 법이에요. 그것들은 규칙대로 움직이지 않아도 되는 힘을
Why would
가져서
we ever come here then?
불현듯 찾아오니까요.
Just stay on land, bro.
지금은 그 재앙이 남기고 간 지옥 속으로 직접 너를 저어 들어갈 시간이군. 로보토미 지부는 바로 옆 호수니 쪽배를 타고 가도록. 만일의 상황을 대비해 나는
Yeah,
이
sure.
호수에서
Oh boy.
거리를 두고 대기하고 있도록 하지.
You know what? Bartholomew is. Bartholomew the Freaky is Stroke-a-Lot's long-lost brother. Some lore forming here. Isn't that exactly why you should be coming with us?
저 양반 수업을 누가 알겠어?
After a quick tinkering from Faust, the skiff tied to the Mephistopheles began its slow descent. It's the same skiff we used to get to the cruise
이
ship.
배는 여러모로 자주 쓰게 되네요.
조망만 해서 아까도 그랬지만 영 미덥지 않단 말이지.
We can't bring the main boat closer? The small engine on the skiff revved gently, and our short, sputtering journey to the Lobotomy Corp branch began.
호수에는 원래 안개가 많이 끼나요?
주의하는 것이 좋겠소. 안개 속에서 갑작스레 나타나는 것은 모험의 기본 공식이니.
Where was that vigilance when we were on the cruise ship, ma'am? Oh. There's a place in Code Vein. That's the anime Dark Souls ripoff by oh god, who makes God Eater and Code Vein? Bandai Namco, something like that. Cathedral Code Vein. Trust me, you'll be like, oh yeah, Zex, that's a great comparison. That looks exactly the same. This place is labyrinthian, freaky looking, and there's like way too many enemies. It's hard to navigate. And it's one of the worst parts of the game. But I did have fun playing it with Prismia and Matt. There we go. I don't know if it's organic material, but I don't really know why a cathedral has formed here in the middle of the remnants of Japan or wherever this takes place. Either way, it looks vaguely organic. I don't like it. Let's see. Yeah, Zax, it looks exactly the same. Oh, thank you. Attaboy, Urge. Oops. There was a growing sense of trepidation among the sinners as we climbed the pale membrane-enveloped stairs leading up to the Lobotomy Corp. Is it like a barnacle?
어때, 단테? 황금
Those, like, are
느껴져?
organic and attached to the bottom of boats? Not yet.
확실해?
Roja was visibly disappointed. Maybe she was half hoping that I'd tell her the golden bow wasn't here, so we should turn around and head back to the Mephistopheles.
이런데 올 때마다 내가 유난 떠는 것 같긴 하지만 이번엔 좀 더 기분이 안 좋단 말이지.
Yeah, this is gonna suck. Code Vein is a great game, but that cathedral stage really keeps people from replaying it. Yeah. It's pretty rough. Me, Matt, and Prismia were playing it on stream together. We got somewhat shortly after the cathedral. The one fire zone, that's where we left off. That and Blade Bearer and Cannoneer, one of the worst implications of a dual boss in a Souls-like. I don't think we got there, or at least the name doesn't immediately ring a bell. I was always hoping for a Code Vein 2, and then we got it, but they removed the co-op! What the fuck, bro? Didn't they announce a sequel at the last Summer Games Fest? It's already out! I don't know if it was announced at last Summer Games Fest or even earlier than that. They removed co-op, they censored some outfits, and it just... I don't want a single-player game out of Code Vein. I want a multiplayer. Out of my Souls-like, I want co-op with my friends, okay? For the most part. Maybe I could make an exception once in a while, but if I'm playing a Souls-like, I'd prefer it to be co-op. They're usually funner that way. Also, something about that line feels Scooby-Doo-esque. I have a real bad feeling about this, guys. The closer we got to the entrance, the more reluctant the center's gates became, as though they were growing increasingly wary that some unforeseen enemy could ambush them at any
뭐 하자는
second.
거죠? 안 갈 건가요?
너는 아무렇지 않은 거야? 우리가 느끼는 이 감각.
Not the absolute worst, because the recycled
너같이
pair of
호수에
renamed versions
익숙한
of Ava,
사람이라면
King's
더
Pet from the
강하게
terrible
느끼곤 하지
DS2
않아?
DLC Snow area exist. I'm not sure anything could be worse than that. Oh, we're doing the Dark Souls 2 DLC. Yeah, we haven't touched it in a little while. The last time we left off was Earthen Peak. I think we're right before the Queen Natasha, whatever her name is, the Snake Lady. Last we left off.
그래서 안 갈 건가요?
아,
안 갈 사람은 여기에서 기다리던가요.
아저씨, 한참 전부터 저 자식은 말이 안 통했었는데 뭘 기대한 거야?
Not a bad approach, honestly, Heathcliff.
좀 협조적으로 바뀐 것 같아서.
I mean, she seemed to steady her resolve to be more prickly, and I don't know. To me, that scene where the second scene where she's off staring at her own reflection was her reminding herself, "Look, lock the fuck in. You have an objective. I'm assuming it's killing a whale out here, a specific whale out here, or something. Don't drag them into this, or don't let them weigh you down." That's what I took from that scene, anyway. The snow area is hilariously awful. No clue what they were thinking. Truly, the Dark Souls of B-Team sequels. Look, I actually have been enjoying Dark Souls 2. I know we all clowned on it, myself included, back then, but it's not as bad playing through it again in the big 2026. Ishmael appeared to be the only sinner uninterested in the Golden Bow. The Golden Bow, the unfathomable, bone-chilling horrors of the lake. I was starting to believe that she considered all of it nothing but obstacles between her and her mission. Ugh, it's inside as well. Oh, someone's stuck in it! That's gross, dude! 2 people are. Wait, that's the before team, isn't it? Oh, that's rough, buddy.
곰팡이 같은 걸까요?
What does that mean?
균류라고 하기에는 다른 특징들을 지녀야 할 터.
DS2 has some really interesting ideas paired with really weak implementation of otherwise basic features. I think that's actually a fair recounting of it. Oh no, Bartholomew claimed victims. Jesus.
내가 봐도 균류의 형태로는 보이지 않는 것.
I mean, it has visible veins, dude. That's gross.
살아있는 생체 조직으로 보이는 것. 혈관이 마구잡이로 생긴 것 같은 느낌.
어이가 없군. 이렇게 못들이 많나.
Identified fungi. Irreversible fungus. Ignorant fools. Thank you.
무슨 의미지?
혼돈에서 피어난 작품에 패턴이 있을 거라고 보나. 전체를 봐라, 멍청.
전체를 생각한다면 이렇게 필요치 않은 담론으로 힘만 빼는 것이 더 불필요해 보이는구려. 그대들도 멈출 생각은 아니지 않은가? 저기 이스마엘 양은 이미 저만큼 갔다네.
Pick up the pace, boys. Art. Or something. I don't know if I've... Look, I'm an artist myself. I don't know if... I'm an artist, and us artists are crazy. At least to some extent. I don't know if I'm as crazy as Ryoshu. Thankfully not. Okay. We don't have a fight in here, do we? The mermaid of white flesh. The mermaid of... I don't fucking know what this one could possibly be called. Okay. How many nodes are we away from the dungeon? I can keep going for a few more nodes until we run out of energy. But I really can't stay up too late tonight. Gotta be up and early tomorrow. Dungeon is 36, and we're on 25. We'll try to get close to it. I've got at least a couple more nodes in me. Once again, reminding that tomorrow is opening night live of Gamescom. It's going to be a bunch of trailers, a bunch of game reveals. I hope it's going to be fun. I'll probably pick up a pizza or something, maybe some wings or something before we go live, and we'll just chill and hang out together. Hopefully we get to the end of Act 2 boss. There's a boss, okay. So we're still a couple of streams at least from the dungeon. Alright. Don Quixote had stopped dead in her tracks. She was looking blankly at a section of the wall.
흥미로운 거라도 발견한 거야, 꼬맹이?
여기 벽에
어?
사람이 들어있어.
Yep.
모형 아니야?
A sculpture of flesh.
모형이 이렇게나 생동감을 가질 수 있다면 내가 무릎을 꿇고 제자로 드리라고 하겠어.
잠시만요. 설마 이 사람
이보시오! 괜찮은 것인가?
Yeah, it is them. Damn.
대체 거기에 말을 왜 거는 거야? 이것 보시오! 이자 살아있어!
That's really bad.
진짜 나 이렇게 소화 안 되는 기분 느끼는 거 오랜만이야.
I've mentioned this before. I'm a pretty big fan of zombie apocalypse media. The problem with zombie apocalypse media is that it's usually people being stupid that leads to the cascade of events that make shelters get overrun with zombies. You know, they got to keep the story going along, right? And I don't know if I should... How do I word this? I'm sure everyone has at some point considered what it would be like to be in a zombie apocalypse style setting. I feel like maybe this was bigger back in the day before zombies became such an overused topic. Anyway. I would sooner eat a bullet in Minecraft. In this hypothetical situation, eating a bullet, I'm talking about in Minecraft in case Twitch wants to ban me. Anyway. I would soon rather do that if this is the kind of zombie apocalypse where the walls are made out of flesh. If it's not just regular... This is... In Limbus, it's not a zombie thing, but this is what it's reminding me of. I've read some zombie things. I've played some zombie things that have... It's not just a virus, dude. It's like a living, gigantic thing, much like we're in right now. And I hate it, actually. I don't hate it as much as I hate, like, deep-sea creatures, but this is a mixture of two of my least favorite things. Wall of Flesh Terraria. I mean, look, there's that. That's not as freaky as whatever this is, though. The thing from the vault? Question mark? What's that, Alonso?
이보게들 꺼내줘야지 않겠소? 살아있잖소!
그러고 싶어도 이미 늦은 것 같기도 하네요.
That's a flippant way of wording it, Honglu, but I'm kind of there with him.
잘라내지 않고서 꺼내놓을 방법이 있나 싶은데.
Has he fully melted into the wall? Because if so, then yeah, he's done. But if it's more like a webbing that we could carve him out of, that's a thing. But by this point, I would imagine these blood vessels are actually connected to him. Like he's just... if you've ever seen what a... what are they called? Anglerfish? The male anglerfish just like parasitizes and melts into the female and then becomes just like a nutrient sac for them. After mating, I think. I'm actually not sure. But like, I don't think there's this is one entity now, you know. The Rotten from DS2, that too. Although, that's just a pile of bodies. It's not quite as freaky as whatever this is.
한두 번 보는 경험도 아니지, 이제는.
단단히 벽에 박혀 있다. 일반적인 힘으로는 분리조차도 어렵다. 하지만 일반적이지 않은 힘으로는 반드시 이들의 형체가 부서진다.
Is no one confident in cutting them out? Again, unless they're just completely like a blob pile. Also, that's a twin pirate hook sword. So it's not just our boys, it's theirs as well.
악의 소행이로군.
억지로 쑤셔넣은 흔적은 없어 보이는데 아주 자연스럽게 전시되어 있군. 원래 이렇게 태어났던 것처럼 말이지.
Why are you suddenly so verbose?
이번에야말로
in weird situations like this?
있을 거라고 약속까지 했는데.
Unlike the other sinners, Ishmael didn't even spare a glance at those who were trapped within the walls.
관리자님, 저것들을 쳐다보고 있다고 황금 가지가 나타나는 것도 아닌데 전진하자고 말씀 좀 하시죠.
I guess there's nothing we can do for them. Still.
저는 누누이 말했어요. 쓸데없이 시간을 쏟고 싶지 않다고.
이곳에선 호수의 규칙을 신경 쓰지 않아도 될 텐데 좀 더 느긋하게 가도.
둘러봐도 역시 아무도 없는 게 확실할 테니까요.
여기 있지 않은가?
살아있는 척하는 것들이잖아요.
Oh, I don't like the way that's worded.
이건 아무리 봐도 그것이고 그것이 지나간 자리에 멀쩡한
The
사람이
thing.
있을 리 없고 그것은 순식간에 모든 걸 집어삼키기도 하지만 다시금 뱉어내기도 하죠.
But it doesn't leave the Great Lake for reasons. Oh, because then the head would just stop it, because the head is omnipotent. Sorry.
그리고 그렇게 토해내는 것은 웃기잖아요. 그렇게 뱉어낼 거라면
Distorted Bartholomew, God, I hope
삼키는
not.
것조차 하지 말던가. 왜 마주하는 온갖 것을 다 삼키려고 하는지조차 모르겠어.
Assimilation, I guess? Are you talking about the same whale you mentioned before?
그 어떤 모험담에도 그런 어마무시한 고래에 대한 이야기는 없었어.
그러게 준비가 더 필요하다고 말할 때 듣지 그랬어요. 적어도 마음가짐이라도 달리 먹었을 텐데.
So you're saying that the whale you met devoured this building?
네,
How can you be sure of that?
그 고래가 지나온 모든 길은 지금처럼 하얀 모습으로 뒤덮이니까요.
Let me double check what pallid means. Define pallid. Oh, I think I had to do this last week as well. Very pale, usually in a way that looks weak, unhealthy, or lacking in color.
Pallid.
Pallid. Also, I have all these tabs open. That's probably not helping my game loading.
거수자 발견.
환상체일까요? 여기가 로보토미 지부인 만큼.
그래, 차라리 환상체라고 생각하고 다 썰어버리는 게 낫겠다.
잠깐만요.
뭐지? 이 안에 인간은 남아있을 리
Don't
없다잖아.
give him hope, Ishmael. It clearly had like a funny filter on its voice. You ain't surviving if you have a funny filter on your voice.
그래서 더 놀라워서 그래요.
어이!
Ishmael strides towards the figure.
이스마엘 씨가 뭔가 환상체 같은 정신적인 것에 당하신 거 아닌가요?
그런 징후는 없었다. 저자의 눈빛은 지극히 평소와 같다.
Oh, that's not fully turned. Well, The closer Ishmael gets, the more the figure's body is taken over by the pallid, off-white membrane. The voice grows increasingly incoherent. No.
말도 안 돼.
What, can it not create living beings that can move?
방금까지 사람의 말을 하고 있었어요.
The whale ate the golden bow, and we're gonna have to fight it under the water. It's given it powers to create mooks, to give us more filler nodes.
봤잖아요. 분명 이럴 리가 없어. 내가 알고 있는 게 틀어지면 이 호수에선
지금은 감정의 동요가 발생했다.
Damn it, Ishmael. I could have asked one of the sinners to stop her, but before I even realized what I was doing, I was running towards Ishmael. I think it was guilt that pushed me to act. Guilt that I may have played a part in driving Ishmael to this point.
그대가 나서서는
But guilt can sometimes help. The figure's face shifted again when I approached Ishmael. The white membrane covering the face begins to withdraw, as though an unseen force is peeling it off the skin. The mouth didn't come back, but the eyes that looked at us were unmistakably human-shaped. They were blinking, with effort.
되돌아왔어. 관리자님이 가까이 다가가니까 사라졌어요.
황금 가지에 의한 중화작용으로 보이는군요.
You can't stop it. Distorted Bartholomew, the whale of Hoyoverse is inevitable. Excuse me. Faust approached
단테 씨의
us.
머릿속에 있는 그 황금 가지의 조각은 미력할지라도 이 백화 현상을 중화시키는 효과가 있는 것 같습니다.
So what if I tried pulling them out of the wall? The figure, whose mouth was still wrapped under a pallid membrane, blinks warily, as though they could understand what they were saying.
중화요? 아니, 그럼 황금 가지가 있으면 이 인어가 지금 다시 사람으로 돌아올 수 있다고 그런 말을
Hey,
하는
you're
거죠?
jumping a few steps here. One, probably
제가
not.
잘 이해했어요?
You're immediately getting your hopes up.
충분한 검증은 되진 않았지만
가능성만이라도.
Though it was curt, I've never heard such intense desperation in her voice before.
네, 적어도 이곳을 먹고 지나갔다고 추정되는 고래의 인어들은 돌아올
관리자 같은 님, 진짜 당신 뭐 하는 사람이죠? 꾸역꾸역 밀어넣으려고 노력했던 그날의 기억이 어쩌면 해결법이 있었을 거라는 생각에.
Why would John Lobcorp do this?
자꾸만 눈앞에서 그려지잖아요. 저 고래에게 토해져 버린 채로 가라앉거나 떠다니고 있을 그들이.
Yep. Ishmael looked at me with a vacant expression.
당신에겐 들리는 거죠? 그날의 파도 소리가.
Ishmael was right. Emotions of the past began flooding and roaring before me. Ishmael. She stands alone in a sea of tall, rolling waves. I nodded, carefully.
저는 항해사였죠. 해결사기도 했고 뱃사람이기도 했고. 그런 마지막인 건 우리는 고래잡이라고 불렀어요. 아세요? 아니, 보이세요? 모든 걸
Whalers.
걸고 아무것도 걸 것이 남아있지 않은 사람들의 표정이. 그런 것들을 태우고 파도를 가르는 게 고래잡이 배예요.
So, you've seen it yourself? The whale that devoured this place?
지금까지 우리가 만났던 고래들은 사람을 삼키면 아예 자신의 것을 재구성하여 바뀌게 만들죠. 하지만 그 고래는, 그 창백한 고래에게 삼켜진 이들은 하얀 막에만 감싸진 채 모두 그 형태가 온전하게 남아있었어요.
I don't like that.
그걸 온전하다고 하긴 좀 그런가. 외곽을 향해 키를 조종할 때가 간혹 있었죠. 그러면 그 온전한 척하는 배들이 바다에 떠있죠.
False ships?
하얗게 변해버린 배가. 고래잡이 사이에선 그런 배를 만나면 호수를 이리저리 돌아가는 한이 있더라도 반드시 피하라는 이야기가. 전 그 배는 원래 타고 있던 선원이 가지고 있던 습성이나 능력은 바뀌지 않은 채 그저 호수를 돌아다니는 다른 것들을 습격하는 것이 피쿼드호의 선장이었던 자가 있어요. 그자의 목표가 그거였죠. 자기 손으로 그 창백한 고래를 잡는 것. 그 안에서 생활하는 내내 그자는 그 고래를 잡아내는 것이 얼마나 가치 있고 대단한 일인지 귀가 따갑기도 했고 저자가 제정신이 아니라는 것도 알 수 있었지만.
I thought Ishmael was the captain. In Pequod Yisang, his uptie story, I could have sworn it ends with him saying, Captain Ishmael. Maybe Ishmael took over after whatever happened here.
아니지. 어쩌면 우리를 미치게 하는 방법을 정확하게. 어느새 우리도 그 창백한 고래를 잡는 것만이 인생의 유일한 구원이자.
Oh, in that right. It's a peek at another universe, I guess.
배 안의 모두를 미쳐버리게 만든 거예요. 결국 우리는 미움과 모든 악을 뿜어낸다는 그 고리를 마주하게 되었고. 처참하게 부서지고 집어삼켜져 버렸죠. 차가운 물 속에서 나무 토막을 부여잡고서야 제정신이 돌아왔을 때 눈앞에는 아무것도 남지 않았어요.
How do you get out of that alive?
붙잡고 있던 것이 그저 나무 토막이 아니었다는 걸 깨닫고서야. 그래서 용서가 되지 않아.
At a certain point, this stopped being a conversation. Ishmael's words grew increasingly aimless, like a vortex of the sea, endlessly whirring in place. Now, it was clear what Ishmael's mission was, where the tip of her razor-sharp harpoon aimed. It was aimed at the captain that drove them all to damnation. An overwhelming tide of hatred and obsession burned fiercely in her direction.
내 손으로 죽여요.
There was no room for reason or rationality to convince her otherwise. Damn, that's rough, buddy. I suppose bringing up that I saw from Ishmael's obsession, a glimpse of her old captain, won't do anything to help right now. Ishmael, we don't even know if the captain's still alive.
내가 모든 걸 나누었던 동료의 관짝을 붙잡고 살아남아 버렸을 때 마지막까지 그 새끼는 먹혀가는 배 안에서 혼자 그것과 맞서 싸우면서 웃고 있었어요. 그렇게 목숨 바쳐 따르던 선원들은 바다와 외곽 위를 떠다니며 먹혀갔는데 한중에도 없었지. 그놈은 살아있어요. 살아있을 수밖에 없어. 살아있어야만 해. 그러니까 찾아야 해. 우리는 그 선장을 죽일 때까지.
I wanted to ask her which we she was referring to, but I was starting to think that nothing I say would improve anything if it didn't outright bring everything crashing down. That was when an imperceptibly light breeze broke the silence. A solitary butterfly. It moved with grace, tinged with fragility, as though it did not fear the weight of this heavy silence. It took a moment to gently flutter onto a puddle.
나비네요.
보통의 나비가
Is
이런
this,
곳을 날아다니고 있을 거라고 생각하나?
Funeral of Dead Butterflies altar? Altar is not the word we use. Oh god, what's the word we use in Limbus for another version of an abnormality? What's the term? Aberration. Thank you. Technically. That bastard has to still be alive. Snag Harpoon Ishmael. You know, this whole time I thought she wanted to take down the whale, but I guess these things are just fucking not walking but swimming calamities. I guess what she says is true, capable of ending the world. I doubt we're gonna kill that anytime soon, huh? Although Verg did say that there's 4 now instead of 5. After a quick respite, the butterfly fluttered its wings and took off again.
따라오라는 것 같아요.
But like everything that originated in Wonderlab, it's indubiously canon limbo.
환상체가 코빼기도 안 보이더니 드디어 나타난 건가?
It might be a trap, but we're lost. It's the only thing with any sense of direction we have at the moment.
찬성하겠어. 나 개인에게도 궁금함이 생겨.
이들은 계속 무슨 말을 하는 걸까요?
Why don't we have Dante touch it?
뭐라 하고 있지는 않았어. 내 듣고 있었네만.
일정한 규칙성을 띠고 있긴 하지만 해석은 불가능하군요.
I thought Faust knew everything.
일종의 부호 같은 느낌이죠. 음파와 암호 패턴의 체계를 활용하고 있으니까요.
Don Quixote was at the far back end of the line, looking back at the figure.
관리자 나리와 꼭 붙어 있지 않으면 해결되지 않을 일이었던가 보네.
When I walked away, the pallid membrane grew over the face again, burying it, and it began to shamble. Is it as Ishmael said? Will they now roam the Great Lake, attacking everyone and everything they come across? Not only their physical senses, but also their sense of self, forgotten deep under the pallid membrane. That's freaky. That's more like the Moby Dick like, not just but that's picture perfect Moby Dick. It's a little disappointing in a way, because it just kind of looks like creepypasta Moby Dick. All of the other whales we've seen so far have been creepy and original. That, not so much. Okay, what are you? I have seen these guys in Mirror Dungeon. Palidified Thing Pirate. If target has pallid noise, deal 1 SP damage to target for every other surviving ally. Inflict 2 bleed count, inflict 3 bleed count. SP loss efficiency +2. If at less than or equal to -45 SP and inflicted with this debuff, gain noise panic next turn. A unique panic. On hit, inflict 1 pallid noise. On hit, inflict 3 bleed count. Inflict 3 bleed count. On hit, inflict 4 bleed. Clash win, inflict 1 pallid noise. On hit, inflict 2 fragile. And when attacked while this unit has shield, inflict 1 pallid noise on the target. Turn end. If this unit has shield, inflict 3 or gain 3 poise next turn. Huh. Okay. We'll hop on Dullahan here. I'm gonna save that skill 3 in case Faust can get an extra skill slot next turn. For now, let's hop on Dullahan and bust out the knives. Although, I think this is favored, so I'll actually let that one go through. Don't forget to check the passives, not just the skills. Thank you. Palidification. Gain 2 offense level and defense level for every living palidified ally, not counting this unit. Ooh. For every living ally, not counting this unit. So, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 offense and defense level for having a full wave of them. At 10% of max HP, inflict 20 SP on hit. SP damage on hit, inflict 1 pallid noise next turn. Then dies. Crashing filth. Huh. If this unit dealt the final blow, apply 5 poise to all palidified allies. Apply 1 poise count. Wow. Okay, so at 10% health, they'll do like a last-ditch attack. Skill 3 is pretty good there. Feels bad wasting it without her extra rapiers set up, but it is what it is. Wait, was that in what's it called? The like dashes and dots? What is this? It's not a code. What is this? God, there's a term for it. You know, dot dash, dot dot dash. Morse code, thank you. Does this actually say anything? Dot dash dash dot dash? And no, it's completely nonsensical. Come on! That would have been a nice thing. Anyone actually knows Morse code. The only time I've ever had to interact with Morse code was, keep talking and nobody explodes. It's a game where you and your friends, like one person has a bomb and all these little gadgets and doodads on it, while the other friends have a pamphlet that like, okay, is there 2 red wires and 1 black wire? If so, cut the yellow wire. There's Morse code. There's like Simon Says. There's a lot in that game. Either way, whoops. Do this. Do these. Although I'm actually gonna set up her extra rapiers. And that's favored and that's unopposed. That would be cool if all of their skills were actually in Morse code. Maybe it is Morse code, but we just need to be devoured by the white whale, the pallid whale, to find out what it does. Alright, who wants to get infected and then translate for us? Not it, by the way. Not it. Okay, we get a full-powered skill 3 there. I guess we'll bust out the skill 3 here because, the purple skill there's struggling. Not it. Alright. Like where your head's at. We need oranges. I don't have orange generation. What's the chance that we corrupt? It's neutral. Is there a reason not to do this, guys? I haven't actually used his ego all that much. Bro, the haunting whale noise in the background? I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, nobody's yelled at me to not do it, so I'm gonna do it.
하고들 시간이다. 잔후에.
Can we get an Oko here? Nice. Hey, extra volley of shots here.
조정, 부고를 전하겠소. 이 처참한 포와 호접이 그대를 화장할지니.
I like this ego. I just feel like the final hit doesn't quite live up to it. He just kind of spins and then shoots some more. I think it would be cooler if he fired out the minigun somehow. That's just me, though. Someone tell Bartholomew to can it. Yeah, he's getting in the way of the music.
지킬 게 많거든.
Ew! Pallid white mermaid instead of pallidified thing hook. Why are some of them mermaids? On hit sinking, sinking. Final power +1 for each surviving palidified ally, not counting this unit. Wow, that's scary. On hit, deal 40% of damage dealt. On hit, copy one of the buffs currently applied to the target, being the copy buff next turn. Limited to attack power up, haste, damage up, and protection. So it could get haste from Moused. I don't know if anyone else is giving us attack up or not. Okay. And your passive. Also, why is this not an abnormality fight? I want to read about their lore, bro. There's no lore. The pallid whale stands out for also being able to palidify things that are already mermaids. Oh, so it's like the apex predator of the Great Lake then. Gain 2 offensive level and defensive level for every living palidified. Yeah, palidification is the one that they have as well. At 10% of max HP, inflict 20 SP damage on hit, and 1 pallid noise next turn, then dies. If there are surviving palidified enemies at turn end, all enemies within 20 or more, or with 20 or more SP lose 1 SP for every living palidified ally, not counting this unit. Damn. What does it mean by Great Lake? Can anyone answer that question for Matt? Because I don't really get it myself. I don't understand the topography of this world anymore. The world only seems to be the city, including the back streets, and the Great Lakes. Or Great Lake, singular. Are there even countries anymore? This entire area is known as the Great Lake, what people of the city call the ocean. But what is the... If I were to look at a globe of the Project Moon universe, would it just be the city with a patch for the Great Lake? I'm kind of reminded of Hunter x Hunter. You're what? This whole place is reminding you of Hunter x Hunter? What the fuck goes on over there, bro? Let's see. Dominating, favored. We have like a really long chain of purple here. I like that. Dominating, then we'll end with a skill 3. We should do pretty good numbers. This post is doing numbers. It's divided into a bunch of individual lakes with rules that dictate when you aren't allowed to leave. You must leave to avoid whales and yeah, kill it. What if the whale eats another one of the... What were they called? The calamities? What if the pallid whale ate all of the other ones? Is that like a world-ending scenario? I'm sure the head has some way of counteracting that. Also, Rip Bozo. Again, I just can't visualize what the globe looks like in this universe. We haven't seen much outside of the city yet, but it seems like the Great Lakes take up a significant portion of the southernmost city districts and goes on for a great distance of outskirts beyond that. Okay. Water featuring non-Euclidean whales in Bartholomew. There's a revelation that the oceans the humans explore is essentially just a giant lake compared to the unexplored, vast, and incredibly dangerous continent. Whoa. Is Hunter x Hunter good, Matt? I think I've mentioned this before. I tried watching the first episode, and I just found the character designs so abhorrent that I could not get very far. I don't think I've even finished that episode. We're talking a long time ago, though. Alright. 1 or 2 more nodes. It's been a while. That's a new one. Polidified thing, shield. Unfortunately, that's one of our boys. On hit, 3 tremor, 3 tremor. On use, apply 1 protection to 1 other random ally next turn. If ally is a polidified ally, apply 1 additional protection. On hit, +4 tremor count. On hit, trigger tremor burst. Reduce tremor count by 2. Inflict 1 pallid noise. On hit, inflict 10 rupture and +4 rupture count. Combat start, gain 1 protection for every 2 polidified ally, not counting this unit. When attacked while this unit has shield, inflict 1 tremor to the attacker. Dude, this is better than some of my tremor IDs. What the fuck? Can I hire you? It's good, but the last few seasons go to very dark topics. I love and hate those arcs. Polidification, crashing filth, and accumulating organic material. I almost read that as cumulating. It's accumulating organic material, as in accumulating. Defense level +1 for every surviving ally. Gain 1 fragile next turn if an ally dies. That's kind of nice. Disintegrating inorganic material. Okay, this is favored. I don't want to start with a skill 3. What's his name? Heathcliff. But it would be A-res. Fine. Those are dominating and favored, so they should do pretty good. Is this clashing? That is clashing. Fire out another one of those, sure. Although I want to get one of her knives out, but I think this is her skill 3. So again, it's kind of a waste. We'll just let the skill 3 rip and attack with whatever on. Bartholomew at it again. Yep. Get in the fucking coffin. I'm gonna have to disinfect this shit. Gross. Is it like a hive mind? They are kind of just zombies, huh? I like that. That's a good animation. Okay, we got a full powered skill 3. Should hopefully kill that guy. Both of those are unopposed. This is dominating. I'm going to take the time to set up her rapiers, though. Since I think she's currently in tank mode. And then there's Arez.
하고들 시간이다. 잔무에.
Oh yeah, I gotta make a bingo card for tomorrow. Whenever we do watch-alongs, I try to do a funny bingo card. Just to see if we can actually get one. For the Game Awards and Summer Games Fest, I personalized them for all my friends. But I think I'll just throw together one at random. Since I've never watched Gamescom opening night live before, I don't really know what to expect tomorrow. I briefly checked out last year's, and their starting reveal trailer was Bubsy 4D. So, I don't really know what... really don't know what to expect. Okay. Maybe I should hop on Dullahan. And then... Wait, hang on. Why am I not using my skill tree? I have the speed for it. May as well. Dominating, favored, neutral, and hop on Dullahan. That's enough for an extra skill. I love that. Magnificent end. Oh, you picking that guy? You should have picked the one that was full health, Faust. Well, I guess that's what Yi Song's for. How scary out of 10 was this Kanto with release content? Or like content of whatever you would have had by this point in the game's life? Let's do 2 skill 2s. Or, well, actually, 2 skill 2s or a res for yellow. I think 2 skill 2s. That's favored. Dominating. Favored. I remember slightly struggling with the 1,000 Strand Mermaids when I played. Well, I mean, Paralyze sounds horrifying. The stuff of nightmares. Much like a lot of things we've seen in this Kanto, now that I think about it. It's all very scary. Thankfully, we're not underwater. I really wouldn't like that. I really feel like Dawn should fire one more star out. It should be 3 attacks. Also, what is this gross crap? So many skill 1s. There's that whale again. There's Bartholomew. This should be pretty good. A lot of the stuff involving the mermaids is also just minus coin central, so that can be harder to clash overall. Gotcha. Oh, wow, we already got that again. When it's an unfocused battle like this, they'll redirect their attacks, right? Oh, nothing to clash with yet. Mouse counter does nothing. I forgot to double check. Thank you for the reminder. I think that's the first misplay I've done tonight. At least as far as her power counter is concerned. Whoops. Okay. So that's not gonna work. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Well, we'll just get a skill 1, skill 3, enhanced. Yeah. Yeah. Sure, we're all doing pretty good. I hate when that skill ends early so she doesn't get her free... She doesn't expend both bullets, getting her closer to her free skill. Oh, come on! That's overkill, Faust! Oh, wait, oh. Never mind, that's exactly enough kill. Okay.
점점 인어들의 숫자가 적어지고 있어요.
Someone stood there, waiting for us. He must have arrived here much earlier than we have. The butterfly we were following folded its wings and settled gently into his sloshing head. Excuse me? Ew. The figure's voice was clear and precise, unlike that of the mermaids. Is this an abnormality capable of speech? Because, I mean, you can converse with some of them. And not like an abnormality, this isn't an abnormality.
멀쩡한 생존자는 없을 거라고 했는데.
Unharmed? Bro, that thing's not human. No, wait. Is he a distortion?
야, 시계 대가리. 저거 네 친구야?
Heathcliff, come on, man.
뒤틀림이면 그 똘붕이네 닭집 사장 같은 존재인가?
논란이 많고요.
It's a little hard to hear you, bro.
이건 세상을 받아들이는 방법 중 하나일 뿐이니 그렇게 소스라칠 이유가 되진 않겠소만.
오, 머리가 찰랑찰랑거려.
Well, at least someone's happy.
별이 꺼진 하늘 아래에서 언젠가 맞이할 그날을 기다리고 있는 내 이름은
There's gonna be a risk of rain? Is that so?
림이라 불러줘.
Rim.
통성명할 생각은 없으니 질문만 하도록 하지. 이곳에 온 이유를 대라. 미친 인어들만 존재하는 이곳에 뚜렷한 이유 없이 온 것은 아닐 테지. 분명 시추선에 정박해 있는 건 우리가 타고 온 보트 단 한 척뿐이었다.
Did someone from the before team distort, but kept their sanity? Probably not. I don't really know what happens when you fully distort. Sinclair, or rather Philip, I don't know, it said something about it burning his memories away or something in his Uptie story. So I don't know if you can just keep existing normally after distorting. It's weird. Pacific Rim.
내가 바다를 건너려고 한다면 배는 필요 없다네. 이것은 순전히 그대들을 보기 위해 온 것이지.
Oh, I hope you're not with the bad guys.
우와, 인기가 많아진 기분인걸요?
그대들은 가지의 황금빛이 비추는 곳을 향하는 자들이지.
그걸 알면서 우리를 보러 왔다는 건
The bows aren't super common knowledge, right? Surely not.
설마 그거야? 우리에게 황금 가지가 어디 있는지를 알려주겠다는?
Commando ROR's long lost cousin. I see what you're putting down now, Yomu. It didn't click in my head yet.
아이 딱 봐도 그걸 방해하려고 왔다는 게 더 맞는 거.
맞소.
요새 왜 이러지?
가지를 이 건물 안에서 찾으려고 한다면
Don't worry about it, Gregor.
시간의 무용함만 깨닫게 될 것이오.
I still can't sense the golden bow this deep into the branch. There was truth to what he said. The bow was no longer here.
그렇다면 어디로 가야 한다는 것인가?
It's in the whale. The whale ate the bow.
가지에 이끌리는 게 비단 그대들뿐이 아니라는 건 진작에 겪었겠소. 심지어 겨우 얻은 하나를 빼앗기기도 하였지.
어떻게 그것까지 아는 거죠?
본래는 외곽만을 떠돌아야 할 고래도 그 영롱한 눈부심을 오롯이 느끼고 있지.
You what, mate?
황금 가지로 인해 외곽에 있어야 했던 그 고래가 둥지 안에 이 유사 호수까지 왔다는 말인가?
틀림없이. 그리고 이 건물에 있던 갸냘픈 가지는 여기 있던 환상체들도 그 이끌림에 몸을 맡겨 웅대하고도 가녀린 고래와 함께 떠났다.
Magnificent yet fragile. Oh my god, are we gonna have pelletified abnormalities?
그러니 자네들이 쫓는 것은
He ate them.
이곳에 자리하지 않네.
그런 정보를 왜 저희에게 알려주시는 걸까요?
황금 가지가 누구의 손에 들어가든 그 쓰임이 어떻게 되든 그건 작은 날개짓에 불과하다. 우린 단지 그 날개짓의 울림을
Oh, he's not that bad of a guy.
우리? 누굴 말하는 거지?
모든 걸 지켜보며 때를 기다리는 별의 주인 될 자들이고 동시에 모두가 같은 별이 될 수 없는 우리.
A red mark briefly flashed on his head. I've seen that mark before.
지켜본다라.
Isang shot a silent gaze in Rim's direction. I think this will be the last Node.
림. 그렇다면 그대는 구인회의 끝에 대해서도 알고 있는가? 과거의 벗들이 어떻게 무너져버렸는지 아느냔 말일세.
Thank you, Limbus Company, but your dungeon is in another whale. Hiyo!
알고 있어.
그 또한 지켜보기만 하였는가? 이상 씨, 혹시 당신의 옛 친구 중 하나였나요? 그대들도 잠시 겪었던 면면이요. 구인회가 분열될 때 뿔뿔이 흩어졌던 이들 중 하나.
There was only one of them where they never showed us what he looked like. He was always a silhouette in all of the pictures, I think. I don't think this ever got clarified in game, but those who would be sovereigns of a star seems to be the name of Demian's faction. We still don't know much about them. Wow, even to this point, huh?
내게는 바다로 간다 이야기하여 놓고.
그래. 나는 한때 그중 하나인데.
Another Schwink mage or something.
대답해 주겠네, 이상. 내가 지켜보기만 하였는가나. 그것은 오문이요.
Vacuity.
자네는 구인회가 끝장이 났다 하였으나 그것은 누군가에게 또한 시작이었을 테요. 자네가 가장 잘 알 텐데.
Dong bike, dong rang.
그 상태가 끝인가 시작인가. 그것을 객관하여 정해 놓는 건 이다지도 의미가 없어.
Being a little wishy-washy here, bro.
요즘은 영지형에게도 시작이었을 터.
그래. 그대는 일찌감치 내다 버렸다는 것이지.
The Twink, a mage, vague poster, and sample. God, what a name.
세상의 줄기를 볼 수 있게 될 걸세. 간결하고 중요한 단 하나의 줄기. 그것만 느낄 수 있게 된다면 그 외의 것들은 나파와 같이 덧없는 것이지.
이거 하나만 대답해 주세요. 당신의 말대로 이곳을 삼킨 고래가 황금 가지를 먹었다면, 이 백화 현상을 덜어주는 게 맞다면.
Ishmael's breathing was quick and light. She couldn't finish her sentence.
생각하고 바라보는 것이 옳다 하겠어.
그렇군요.
이 정도는 이쯤이면 되었겠지.
Thanks, vague poster. You could have given us maybe a little more solid info, but I mean, take what we can get.
또 어디론가 다름하는가?
그때는 바다와 강과 도시가 어디에 있는지만 알고 꼬여 있기만 했다면, 지금은 직접 내 날개로 다가가고자 하오. 그뿐이오.
잠깐. 그런 정보를 아는 놈을 호락호락 보내줄 것 같은가?
유감이오. 지금은 손에 움켜 쥐어도
Betwixt.
나는 담을 수가 없으니. 자.
With that, he stepped into the puddle and disappeared into its depths. Whoa. Kinda cool. Kind of a weird design as well. He's just a little brain in a hourglass in a bowl of water. I don't know. I liked his attitude, at least. If his design was a little cooler, maybe I'd feel different. Alright, I'm starting to struggle to read. So we should probably stop here for tonight. I don't think we got to the boss orc, but next time. I turned myself into a fishbowl, Yi-song. I'm fishbowl Rim. And with that, let's end it here. Starting to. Oh, jeez. I thought I was reading pretty well earlier. But I'm kind of slipping up here and there. And as I said, tomorrow I gotta be up and early. So let's go ahead and call it here. Alright. We'll do this next Tuesday as usual. Reminder, tomorrow is Gamescom Opening Night Live. I'll be joined by at least Alonso and Pork. Sorry, Pork. I'm not wrapping you into this. Alonso and Chenko. We're doing Gamescom Night Live, Opening Night Live tomorrow. It actually starts at 2 p.m., but we're going to stream at 7 p.m. So just stay off the Twitter if you don't want to see any spoilers. Have a great rest of your night. See you then. I'm looking forward to it. Bye-bye. I was looking for my other card, but I accidentally flashed the drawing Matt drew for my birthday. That's a pizza update. Dude, what do I have on here? There's LobCorp. Anyway, I'm getting out of here.